Hey everybody, hope you're having a good day. We're still doing the Eastern Investigations catch playthrough. Last time we did a good bit of the Tournament of the Ages. We are actually quite a bit through the middle part of the story. We're still on that, so we're learning the truth behind the SS5 incident. And then let's go. This is exactly where we left off too. We just... Oh, Sean Fan is also the president of Sean Fan's son. Right. April 6th, 4:51 p.m. Big building, empty lot. John... He was my dad? It can't have been easy. Learning the truth about your father's identity so unexpectedly. Too late to even get to know him. You know how hard I tried to find him? John... I get it. He was the president. He had a lot more to think about than just me. But he was right there in front of me, right there on the stand. So why? Why didn't he just say something? Why didn't he tell me who he was? I'm so sorry, Sean. I'm so sorry. It's not your fault, Mom. It's mine. If I hadn't broken my promise to you, that fire wouldn't have never happened, and he wouldn't have... I ruined everything. Everything. It's all my fault. I even ruined your flowers. John. Please, you mustn't blame yourself. Just try to be here with me. Finish, hope you're having a good day. Just for a little while. Really? Bond between parent and child, symbolized by the lion lily. I'm no expert, but it's near the Shangfa, so I know that much at least. Sadly, we don't have the luxury of dwelling on such things just now. Huh. You were really going? Okay. I know it might seem insensitive, Ancient Lang, but sentimentality won't help us here. We need to focus on what we can do about the case before us. You're right. I believe we've learned all we need to know. I believe we've learned all we need to know about what happened back then and for now. How did it all line up with your father's theories about the case? I wouldn't know. He took those to the grave of him. He never shares thoughts with anybody. There's no way of knowing what he figured out. What about your own thoughts? Are you feeling any more positive in light of what you learned from Kate's reconstruction? Are we any closer to learning what really happened 12 years ago? You know, I think we might be. My father's footsteps are starting to become clear. Now all we need to do is follow them. All the way to the truth! Oh, shoot! The real story of the SS5 incident. The president went to the orphanage that night. How much we know for sure. Tarsour's toy proves it. He must have gone there to meet with Amelie Fenn. Said he was kidnapped, and Aldown happened to see it. If Aldown had been there wouldn't have been a murder, just a kidnapping. Instead, you had to move his body to the plant and stage that photo to throw everybody off the scent. Sorry, he said. That's our current theory. Is it? Alright. There's something I still don't understand. There is? This. Iris staging the picture. Wouldn't they have to force the president to play along? What if he hadn't? It's a good question, and we may be closer to discovering the answer than we think. We just have to get there one deduction at a time. Yeah, I guess we will. Alright, deduce away. Alright. see how close we can get to the end. Nothing should be taken for granted at this stage. We need to treat even the really certain with the caution. Can we really be sure that the president went to the orphanage? I get it. You want evidence? This is a nice change of pace from people asking you to shoot Emperor Defiance, Mr. Ashworth. There's no need to actually say it out loud, Kay.
Hold it!
The plushie. It has a recording device concealed inside it, correct? It does. And it was used by Sean's mother, Amelie. Record a message asking the president to meet her at the orphanage at midnight. Wow! Finishing each other's sentences now? You're finishing each other's sentences now? What a team! You two will peel away the layers of the truth like an onion. I'm sure of it. You do realize there's nothing underneath all the layers of an onion, don't you, Kay? Try to say something a little less unfortunate sounding. You two will peel away the layers of the truth like the skin of a wolf. I'm sure of it. He said less fortunate sounding. Shall we continue?
Hold it!
We can go over the details once again. When Mr. Aldon saw the president being kidnapped right by the orphanage, and he was standing next to the snowman. The murderer crept up behind him, grabbed the brick, and oh! Calm down, Kay. Simply verifying our understanding of offense. Yeah. Oh, that little outburst just blew my understanding out of my ears. I know we have to go over all this again, but can we do it less dramatically? Really? Fine. I'm happy to keep answering if you're happy to keep asking.
Hold it!
Mr. Aldon hadn't been there, huh? That's an interesting suggestion. Care to explain? There's not a whole lot to explain. So the kidnapping, so he was murdered. If you hadn't been there, the kidnapping could have happened without any blood being spilled. Could it? It makes it sound as if it was Mr. Aldon's fault he was murdered. That's not what Ancient Lang is saying, Kay. What he meant to say is that Mr. Aldon was the only person who died at the orphanage at that night. Well, of course he was. He kidnapped the president and everything. But the ransom was paid, and he came home safely, right? That's right, of course. Why does something bother me about that? I think it might be worth taking another look over all the evidence. Please discuss things with your assistant, Mr. Prosecutor. But then let's continue, shall we?
Hold it!
This is another very important part of our current theory. Shall we go over all of the details again? Sure, probably a good idea. Alright, first, what did Miss Aldon see? He saw the president being kidnapped from the right in front of the building. But the kidnapper were keen to avoid any suggestion that they might be connected to the orphanage. Agreeing? Yeah. So you replaced the film in Aldon's camera and staged a photograph of the kidnapping occurring further away from the building. Indeed. We then moved Mr. Aldon's body to the location consistent with what the picture showed. Secrets buried underneath the snow 12 years ago are finally coming to light. Are we sure that's what happened that night? What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? I get the sense we're not seeing everything. There's something else at play behind this. Behind it all. There is, but what? Okay, never mind. There's a piece of evidence we discovered that Ancient Lang's theory can't explain. They were sent to him with it and develop our thinking further. And I already know the evidence because we have... It's all I have from yesterday.
Attention!
Okay. You're saying there would have been no murder if Mr. Aldan had witnessed the kidnapping? But is that really the case? Why wouldn't it be? Their main aim was to abduct the president, right? But if there hadn't been a witness present, they wouldn't have needed to move to murder anybody. Yet it remains possible Mr. Aldan wasn't the only person killed that night. There was a large pool of blood between the planter and Mr. Aldan was murdered over by the snowman. Had that belonged to him? What if all that blood was by the planter belonged to someone else?
Not so fast!
Come on, Mr. Prosecutor. You do realize what you're saying, don't you? I do. It's hard to believe. I'll be the first to admit it. It's what the evidence suggests. Not just one person was killed here 12 years ago, but two! You're saying they covered up a whole separate murder? But whose? Who else was killed that night? Whoever covered up this other homicide did so very skillfully indeed. They even seem to have been able to avoid it being mentioned in the files. But they didn't quite get rid of everything. They have a piece of evidence from 12 years ago that was they never managed to erase. I might need to see it. This could show something else happened that night.
Take that!
No. Oh, wow. I got.
Take that!
Associates Winter tried to shroud the existence of the other murderer in darkness. There was one piece of evidence he wasn't able to suppress. Thanks to the efforts of your father, Agent Lang. My father? Cast your mind back, if you will. Something else was hidden along with all the other evidence from the crime scene. The existence of the child who set the fire in front of the orphanage. Why would Chairman Winter wish to erase him from the record? Because he saw something he should not have. That's why. He did? What was it? It's right here in this picture. The picture my father kept? I think we can all agree that the president on the right-hand side and that the Taurosaurus toy in his hand. Who that's standing in front of him?
Take that!
Eastern robes and a black dog. That can only be Budihar Hermacanis. Budihar Hermacanis. What? The creepy assassin guy? And what would a hired killer be doing in the presence of a president? I can only think of one thing. That's right. It wasn't kidnapping that occurred here 12 years ago. It was an assassination. Aye! And Warren McGuire and Chairman Winter were. And Chairman Winter, yes, I think they were complicit. More than implicit, in fact. One provided the venue for the killing, and the other suppressed the testimony of the child who witnessed it. So Aldown was murdered because of what he witnessed was actually an assassination, and not the kidnapping he thought it to be at all.
Knuckle back!
Do you think I'm an idiot? How could the president have died 12 years ago? We only found his body this morning. He was alive and well until just recently. Yeah, we even met him. Indeed. We have a president killed 12 years ago, and the president killed in the last 48 hours. 2 presidents, in other words. Right, which is completely impossible. Or is it? I think it's entirely possible for there to be 2 presidents. That would explain a lot. And regardless of what happens, I still respected him. Jianfei may not be a big country, but he held that place together. President Ancient Lang spoke of was a noble and capable leader. No, The President of Mass has well and truly slipped. Entirely unlike the man we met. It really did as if there were 2 completely different people. How could one country have 2 presidents? To explain a situation like that? This is how it was possible for there to be 2 presidents. But one of the 2 was a body double. Tell me that doesn't make sense. Body double? President Wang was a man of great power and influence in Xiangfa. A figure on the world stage. There must have been countless attempts on his life over the years. Such as the one at Gordon Lake only a few days ago.
Knuckle back!
It's true, there were more than a few assassination attempts. That doesn't mean I'm about to accept that there was more than one president. I have like proof. We have proof. Any proof that there was more than one president? I think we do. Let's try the photo.
Take that!
Oh no, it's okay. Cube says it's a 1. Try
Take
this.
that!
Nope. Someone tells me kiss. The shoes!
Take that!
Not the shoes. It is not the shoes.
Take that! Take that!
Okay, it wasn't.
Take that!
Wait, I didn't. Wait. There's a contradiction in that? I didn't see it. Wait. Now I read the KISS files. Oops. That's for the president's presence at emissary until midnight. Confirmed by Demo. Oh, it mentions midnight. I don't think he noticed the contradiction staring him in the face. Or is he just unable to accept it? What's the matter, Mr. Prosecutor? You're pretty quiet all of a sudden. In the Melee Face recording, she asked the president to be at the openings at midnight. But it shouldn't have been possible for him to be there at that time. Huh? How come? Because he was supposedly still at the emissary. With your father, Ancient Lang. So he had noticed. The only way he could have been there he could have been at two places at once is if there were two of him. Oh! So the real president, that was someone who died 12 years ago. I think it might have been. But why? And who? Who'd have hired Candlestick to murder the president? I would have figured that out. We need to look again at the piece of evidence we recently discovered was a fake. Fake evidence. What was it again?
Take that!
The picture taken with Mr. Aldon's camera was staged sometime after his murder. And Mr. Aldon was murdered because he witnessed the president's assassination. In other words, the photograph too must have been taken after the real president's death. But who is the president in the staged photograph? The body double. Nothing else makes sense. I believe the president's double had killed him so he could take his place permanently. And Celsius winner and Vivi Lagarde helped him do it.
Knock him back!
Wait, you don't even have a body to support your theory. Are you telling me magic disappeared?
Objection!
No. In fact, I know exactly where it wound up. The president's body is here this whole time.
Take that!
Cameron Winter dug something up last night. Something he couldn't trust anybody else to retrieve. He thought it might have been the ransom money. But it was actually something even more important. Wait, you mean... That's right, the real president's body. I think it's highly likely anyway. What?! The body may have decomposed in the intervening years, but the bones would surely have remained. The part informed us that that construction is due to start here sometime soon. Everything had to wrap up before then. The shooting of the movie and the recovery of the president's remains. Yeah, I guess they started digging the place up. They would have found that very quickly, huh? Engine 9! We need to have the so-called monster footprints analyzed again. Yeah, I guess we do. If there was a body under one of them, there would be traces. There should be trace evidence to confirm it. Hey! Here's somebody with forensics! Sir! President! We're sending the findings of our analysis, sir! Traces of human remains were found in the dirt, along with the other signs of a body having been buried. So it really was him. Bones were also recovered from the home of a Celsius winner. The physique looks to be about right, and the dental medical records are a match. It's him, no doubt about it. So as suspected, the real President Ryan was killed 12 years ago. And the SS5 kidnapping was in fact a homicide. Wow, so Ray was a murderer, huh? This case has taken so many twists and turns, I'm starting to lose track. Yes, perhaps you should summarize our findings, just to confirm that we understand everything correctly. Good idea! Let's go over everything from the point when the president arrived at the orphanage. 12 years ago, President Wang visited the orphanage, saying to meet his infant son. Footprints we originally assumed to be those of Mr. Aldown seem to me have been actually been made by the president upon his arrival. Instead of being greeted by his child, he's met by the assassin, Brihara Canis. That's so sad. His woman says baby for the first time, only to... Indeed. But at least with Mr. Canis, we can be sure that the job was swiftly and effectively completed. And then, after the assassination, another tragedy occurred. Mr. Aldon's murder! Probably gonna be something like 70 quid minimum for your description. No. Yes, you seem to witness a key moment in the event proceeding in the evening proceedings. Exactly. The woman in our carpet, the so-called kidnappers. Put the president's body around to the side of the building. That was the site that sealed his fate. We've now established that he was standing by the orphanage gate at the time. far enough away that he believed that what he was seeing was the president's abduction. Oh. It's a lot cheaper than I thought. Isn't this thing's a lot cheaper? Like, I was miles off cheaper. At which point... Oh, the body double who met with his co-conspirators walked right up behind Mr. Aldown, leading to our unfortunate eyewitness being murdered by the man who was planning to replace the president. It's like 11 quid. It's like 11 or 12 quid. If I remember, it's lamb and mint chocolate Easter sandwiches. That's what I'm thinking of. What you're thinking of? Okay. So was the body double who missed Mr. Aldown's body too? Yes, I think it probably was. But none of the footprints could have been his, could they? Actually, I think they could. In fact, we have a piece of evidence that proves how that particular trick was achieved. I'll choose how the body double managed to move the body without leaving any footprints.
Take that!
What if the president instead would move Mr. Aldown's body like this? After hitting Mr. Aldown, we would have carried him to the other side of the entrance. Okay. Given that his job was to look just like the president, he would have been wearing the same shoes. Meaning that if he stepped exactly in the footprints left by the real president, of course, his would have been the same shape and size. It would have looked like a single set of footprints. So that's how long I'm dying. I'm so glad I finally figured it out. Wait, but there's still one thing I still don't get. There is? What? Why did they need to pretend there was a kidnapping? Mr. Aldown has seen the president at the orphanage and left a message on Miss Ringer's phone describing what he thought he saw. It would have been impossible for the conspirators to erase that message. We had to make a look at if the events described in the message were true. By staging a kidnapping like the one he thought he saw. Exactly. I think the two people in those photographs are likely the body double and Fifi Lagarde. She's the one in the trench coat? I can't be so sure of that. The two of them would have had to walk out beyond the orphanage gates to stage the photo. My double could have put his feet in the real president's prints like he did before. Oh, so the other side of footprints were hers? The ones we originally thought belonged to the killer, yes. They were about a size 9, too small for Chairman Winner in other words. Which means the kidnapper must have been played by Warden Lagarde. And that explains how the so-called kidnapping was actually a presidential assassination. It does, which means my father must have He must have noticed. There's no way he wouldn't have suspected a murder. Especially not with the kid's picture as proof. But the picture was never officially put into evidence, correct? No. It appeared you have kept hold of it after taking the witness statement of the child who drew it. Yeah. Because he knew President Wang was dead. And he knew what would happen if that news ever got out. Junpei would have been plunged into chaos, no doubt. So he kept it a secret, and that secret died with him. Even though it meant taking the blame for the kidnapping, their family name being ruined. Your father knew the truth about what happened 12 years ago, but he chose to hide it. Well, it's finally coming to light at last. Is it indeed intriguing? Huh? What? Who's there? That sound. Is that a bell? Holy Harkenis! What the heck are you doing here? Where the law? You think you just show up in front of us like it ain't a problem? Forgive me, but I couldn't help overhearing the exciting conversation you were having. The opportunity to gloat over your past crimes was too good just too good to miss, I expect. You killed President Wang? I did, but it's not something I'm inclined to gloat over. I was more interested in something else you mentioned. Or someone else, I should say. Someone you're looking for, I suppose. Exactly. That's why I took a little search. Withdrew him from the penitentiary. To find a certain young pup. A young pup in a rather eye-catching red raincoat. What? Wait! You know who they are? In a manner of speaking, what did you call them again? A secret mastermind? Your friend in the red it's your friend in the red raincoat, of course. Red raincoat. The prosecutor looks a little surprised, doesn't he? How much? Yes, he does. Young pup I mentioned, he saved my life, 12 long years ago. Unexpected savior. As you have summarized, it is I who killed President Wang. That meant that I too became an inconvenience in need of removal. The imposter president, winner, Lagarde, all three were keen to guarantee my silence. If I hadn't met my friend, the young pup again, he might even have succeeded. I wonder what he's doing now. It was the president's body double who hired you. I remember his words almost as if it were yesterday. You know how many times I've nearly been killed? Not once, not twice, a bunch of times. Why do I have to take all the risks? I am mine. I'm the one they always put in danger. And after being him, people treat me like I was him. They worship me. What's the difference? Who's to say I couldn't be just as good as him? There was a difference, of course. Even if he did look and sound exactly like him. Just because it walked and talked like a president, that doesn't make it a president, does it, boy? No. The goddess wished she became the boss, but couldn't quite fill his predecessor's shoes. Extenuating! That means I'm number one! I wonder if you have what it takes to step into such capable shoes. Of course I do! I'm the number 9! me! Seems like King and his knight were much the same. It seems the King and the knight were the same. President Stubble knew that his employer had a weakness. A young woman named Millie. In order to find her, you need to enlist the help of locals. Hey, Complex, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Locals such as Chairman Winner. As Miss Faye have been located, they simply needed to find the right time to lay their trap. The meaning she arranged so the president can meet his son. That would have been the perfect opportunity. Indeed. And with the head of the orphanage brought into the fold, the little conspiracy was complete. Wouldn't the guard? Now, what quo pro quo? Where might I find the pup? Makes you think the boy who helped you and our mysterious string puller are one of the same. He set a little fire that night. Out there in the yard of the orphanage. Oh, yeah, we saw that. It was some kind of prank, right? A prank? It was nothing of the sort, my dear. No, as I understand it, he had taken refuge in the igloo by the entrance. From there, he happened to see Winner and the guard carrying away a dead body. He also overheard them hatching a certain sorry little plot. Not to remove me, the only other person who knew what had really happened from the picture. Thankfully, he was kind enough to come to inform me. I was waiting inside the building, you see. Also happened to mention later on, he was wearing his favorite red raincoat. In any case, he escorted me from the premise. And being a very considerate boy, I thought to erase both our footprints from the scene of the crime. Huh. That isn't. Suppose, yeah, that'd be interesting. But we'll have to see when they reveal. We don't know when, if it's going to be. We don't know if it's going to. I was going to say if it's going to be revealed, but I think they maybe hinted at it. I can't remember. But something tells me it might be revealed maybe middle of the year, so if they are going to reveal it. That's just a thought. Yeah. From the way it seems to me, yeah. It seems he had a little kerosene set aside in the igloo for just such an occasion. So he spread it deliberately around the place and set himself a little fire. No way! So that's what the fire was for. No, the worst thing is, I literally woke up this morning and saw they announced another Dogpong game. Another remaster's coming over here. But it's PC only right now. Sword of Fury's on PC. It's coming to PC. Man. I know the thing is, I learned about that last year too. That was Japan. That was it was the Japan only for in August. It must have been ever so beautiful. Winner and the guard were possibly enchanted. While they were distracted by the show, he took the opportunity to usher me out of the side entrance. He never answered my question. You really think he's the one behind all this? I do indeed. Don't I, Helma? Yes. Yes, I do. My unexpected see. Oh yeah, that's literally the presentation we're doing.
Hold it!
We were pretty coming with that particular admission. I'm honest, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm tired of all the killing. Dude, I really hope we do get sort of fire on Switch, because I know it's on Switch on Japan, so hopefully. Back then, I felt death was my path. I embraced it. Strove to learn from what I had to teach. I have made my peace with that. I am happy to admit it. Aren't I, boy? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm not sure what he's talking about. I definitely don't like the sound of it. Basically, he thought nothing of murdering the president. He thought nothing of murdering the president. Not only is he an assassin, he's now a prison escapee. Someone to be trifled with. And therefore, for him to not to talk, I need to tread as carefully as I can. Very well, with the president. You're happy to admit it? Oh, very much so. I wouldn't want you thinking that I drew my blade and missed.
Hold it!
You, a target? But you're an assassin! Okay. Sometimes there must become the hunted. Sometimes the living must become the dead. Please, Kay, don't feel the need to add a profile of your own. Impermanence is inherent to the way of assassins. The assassins are life takers, whose lives are taken, so it goes. Wait, does that mean the people you sent to kill sometimes try to kill you back? Or it happens occasionally? This is not what happened this time.
Hold it!
Yeah. But Mr. Kennis, you're a professional killer, and a famously skilled one at that. Surely escaping even 3 attackers would have been little more than a minor inconvenience. Yeah. You underestimated me, Mr. Edgeworth. You seem to forget that without Helmut here, I couldn't even walk down the street. Okay. Against the assailants, I wouldn't have lasted more than a few moments. You see, even the most proficient assassins are ill-equipped to face a full frontal assault. They are not usually fond of such situations, shall we say. I certainly wouldn't have liked my chances.
Hold it!
Again? So the two of you have met before. Yes, on a cold and lonely Christmas Eve 18 years back. That's long ago. But on that occasion, it was I who saved his life. It was snowing more than it had in years. Cold enough that death by freezing was a real possibility. I had taken Helmut out for a little walk. Noticed something, I bounced off through the snow. When I caught up to him, he was sniffing out of the car. Doors had frozen shut. It took all the strength I had, but eventually I managed to open one. Inside I found two young boys, shivering and semi-conscious. Two? Yes. I had found them and had I found them even an hour later, poor wretches would never have made it. Took them both to a nearby orphanage. Just me, or is there something significant about what he just told us? What is it about Kansas statement that is especially noteworthy? For certain, there were two children in that car. Could have been the date. It's a long time ago, but I remember it. It's clearly as of or yesterday. The two of them, no doubt about it. I do ask, Mr. Prosecutor, is there some significance in the number? Right. Perhaps there isn't anything particularly important about that just now. Well, would that be all on the matter? Republicans. This was on Christmas Eve 18 years ago. You're certain of that? I am. Holy smokes! We have something that shows why that date is so significant. Piece of evidence relates to the date. Oh, we're just going straight into it.
Take that!
That was the same day on which a certain incident occurred. The murder of a well-known sculptor. No way! An incident in the aftermath of which two children went missing. The son of the victim, Artie Frost, and the son of the murderer, Camillo Gusto. Yeah, now that you mention it, the little guys did go AWOL, huh? Intriguing. Son of a murderer and the son of his victim. I suppose that would make sense. What? One of the boys was bound hand and foot, you see? That must have been part of Mr. Frost's plan to stop Mr. Gusto's son from getting to the competition. Indeed, because without his son to taste his creation, Mr. Gusto would have had no chance of winning. So that was what was behind it all. Sadly, neither of the boys were able to remember any such detail. They weren't? No, when we met each other again on that night 12 years ago, young Papa explained it to me. It seems that they really were on the brink of death when I found them. The shock of the experience caused them both to lose their memories. They weren't even able to remember their names. Wow! So they wouldn't have known they were Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusto's kids. And if he's telling us is true, if what he's telling us is true, that would seem likely, yes. Which means we still don't have enough to tell us who our mastermind might be. Mr. Kenneth, would you mind telling us what happened next? By all means. The pup and I. The pup and I remained in contact even after I was sent to prison. When I stopped hearing from him, I couldn't help but worry. Then people from 12 years ago started cropping up all over the place. It rather piqued my curiosity, but I temporarily regained my freedom and look into things. People from 12 years ago? You mean the guard, winner, and the president, I assume? Well, Wallerguard was in charge of the prison, where he was an inmate this whole time, right? I fear I wasn't as kind to her as I could have been. But then she did try to have me killed. You already know why, of course. That you murdered President Wang. They needed the world to believe he was still alive. Somebody had exposed the president as a fake. It would have been bad for the guard and Sharon Winter too. Exactly. And not only that, I happen to overhear something else intriguing that night. I'll be at the orphanage on the evening of the 9th. I'll be waiting in the front yard. I thought if you could meet him, if you like, even if it's only just this once. I know you're a fireplace man, but anyway, that's what we'll be. That's what we'll be, sir. Goodbye. Who are you? Sorry, I'm waiting for somebody. I know you are, President Wang. I couldn't help overhearing the news. Congratulations! Please don't worry about your son. I only kill those I am employed to kill. Which in this case means you. Oh! Wait! This is my first chance to meet him! It might be my only chance. Please! Give me a few more minutes longer. What he was going to beg for his life, but no. An interesting character. But when I was not aware he had a child. No, he said, and shook his head. That it was I. The world will know that I may have one now. I mean to make sure of it. I even prepared something in case the worst comes to the worst. And the son in question was the young gentleman with the horns here, correct? Horns? You can see them? I don't need to, my dear. I've been listening very carefully, you see. And for longer than you may have realized. So the president meant to tell the world about Sean. Prepared something in case of the worst? But it's not enough to simply have Candace's word on the matter. Of course! We have something that proves that he's telling us the president said what he's telling us the president said is true. His will! A will everyone knew about. He entrusted it to my family to show his belief in us, after all. In the name in the recording, the preparations he had made, and his will. Those 3 pieces of information, I was able to convince Warden Lagarde to do anything I asked. The information at his disposal. He could have exposed the truth about the body double at any time. Not sure deadly with it. President Wang was more agile than I anticipated. He blocked my first knife thrust with something soft. By the time the piece I broke off hit the snow, my next strike had hit its mark. It was Candace who tore up the horn of the Taurosaur's skull. I was the only one present to hear his final words. Only one who knew the truth about his son. Well, being that poor pup. Only 4 teams to work with. Alright.
Hold it!
So you were able to continue communicating with him from prison? I was. In a post office box. What's that? It's a means of exchanging mail while revealing one's own address. I never knew where he was. I wasn't able to slip out and track him down. He was being kept under rather strict supervision. See? Warden Lagarde. Look down. What were the two of you even communicating about? We were playing correspondence chess, of course. That and ripping about our respective lots of life in life. Correspondence chess? But didn't you used to play that with? Unlikely as it might seem, Mr. Candace's chess opponent was. I guess when they may. It's amazing. Yeah, amazing. Mr. Knight? Yeah, it was Mr. Knight. Found the diagram of the game in his cell too. So does that mean Knight had something to do with all that IS-7 business? Wait, that be it? You have any evidence that might connect Knight to the IS-7 incident?
Take that!
Shit, this is everything Knight's left behind. There'd be a clue in there somewhere. Ring and a chess set. Which one should we look at more closely? A ring! Oh, I didn't even notice that. What about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Fender, take a close look at it if you would. At the sign. That's Paul Halleck's trademark! Mark! Indeed. Looks like somebody turned the stab he used to sign his work into a ring. Why would Knight have been carrying it? And why was it not with the rest of the evidence from the IS-7 incident? He tried to release Frost's personal facts to his next again after the case was going down. Remember rightly, Frosty Boy didn't have any family aside from his kid. And the kid was missing, so they never got to hand it back to him. Not till later, anyhow. I heard on the grapevine that they found him in the end, and they gave him the goods, including the seal, it would seem, which he turned into a ring and wore to his own death. So we're saying Mr. Knight was Mr. Frost's son? The cops don't mess around with stuff like that. They would have made sure before handing it over. And we were looking for somebody connected to the IS-7 who plays corresponding chess, right? Wait, so our secret strangler is Bronco Knight?
Objection!
Knight is dead. How could he possibly be involved in our current case? Alright. And our only candidate for genius mastermind is a guy who already kicked the bucket. That's impossible. How can a dead guy be behind all this? It is a little perplexing. Then who else could it be?
Hold it!
He stopped responding? That seems strange. I'm glad you agree. Helmut did too, of course. That big scary mug really said that? Like, woof woof, that barking man? That's barking man! He doesn't need to talk in order for me to hear, my dear. He doesn't? Okay, well then, let me ask you something. That look he's giving me. The super intense, kind of scary glare? He's not trying to say he's hungry, is he? He might be. Might be? Mr. Andrew? Help! He really isn't fond of Kane's pedicines. Yes, there's a good boy. Hey, where was I? Ah, of course, I suddenly stopped hearing from the pup. We did get new evidence, so let's work with that.
Hold it!
Does seem like a little too much of a coincidence, doesn't it? An attempt was made on the life of the man who was pretending to be President Wang all these years. Warren Lagarde murdered Bronco Knight while he was being held at the prison he ran. And the Celsius winner, chairman of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence, murdered Rosie Ringer. The more I think back, the more it seemed at the time some mysterious other presence was lurking behind all those incidents. Yes, even from behind bars, it was rather obvious that something strange was going on.
Hold it!
Okay. You fought to temporarily regain your freedom? Could you be any more brazen? Yeah, even a thief would struggle to get away with something like, I thought I temporarily stole it. Fear not. I was injured in the course of my escape. Wasn't necessary after all. I have my ways. Let's leave it at that, shall we? Leave it at that? Oh wait, pal. You escaped. I'll arrest you right now. There'll be no need for that, detective. As soon as my business is concluded, I'll return home to my cell. Are you serious? Prison isn't supposed to be someplace you can just stroll out in and out when you please. Strange that you should say that. Weren't you the one who strolled in to try and dig into my past only recently? Isn't lying, Detective Gumshoe? I need to be able to question Mr. Kenneth further. Would you both try to remain calm for now? Sure thing, sir. I kinda knew you were gonna say that. Ah, fine. I'm not taking my eye off the dog, man. Nothing for a second, you hear?
Hold it!
Wait, that was new. It's so juicy. Sorry, I did so used to enjoy tapping my little letters in Braille. In Braille? That's how you wrote all of them? That's right. I have the tools to do so myself. Huh? Do you have these special tools? I never thought about it before. I guess that makes sense. And what exactly did you write about, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, this and that. General chit-chat. And chess moves, of course. You wrote the chess moves in Braille too? That's interesting. Speaking of chess moves, how does that piece you carve yourself move, the dog? Perhaps we can talk about that later. For now, I'd like to know what happened when the letter stopped. Sat in my cell and tried to imagine where he might have gone. Okay, nope, I still don't get it. What does he mean? Who's this puppy keeps talking about? Indeed. It seems that not even Mr. Kenneth knows his true identity. Focus on what we do know. That there was a connection between the two of them. Particularly interested in how that connection was maintained. Alright. Got a few ideas. Man, we don't have the chisel. We don't have the chisel. Okay, I've got a few evidence now. Pretty sure on the right statement.
Objection!
Okay, what was that? Okay, I was thinking like, you said that you wrote all your letters in Braille. Is that correct? I don't mean to be rude, Mr. Prosecutor, but you do know about my condition, don't you? That's odd, because the chess diagram we found in Knight's cell didn't contain any Braille at all. Really? But surely that's impossible. How so, exactly? Maybe someone typed Mr. Kenneth's letter out on purpose? I mean, there may have been some sort of intermediate between the two of them. So then, Mr. Kenneth say he wrote his letter in Braille, and yet the letter received by Mr. Knight contained no Braille at all. This suggests there might have been a third party who typed Mr. Kenneth's letters out. Yes, it could have worked the same way on the flip side too, right? Whoever it was could have been taking Knight's letter and turned them back into Braille. It could indeed. I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. Knight. As Mr. Kenneth, the answers you received, they were written in Braille too. Yes. So some mysterious middle person really was retyping the Bronxers' messages. Isn't it? Same person might well be our secret string puller.
Not so fast!
Wait, you're trying to say there's another hidden mastermind behind this whole thing? But who's this new one? Bronco Knight, son of Artie Frost, is already dead. What if the other child from the incident 18 years ago was actually who we've been looking for? Will Augusto's son? But who is he? And where is he? Knight was Frost's son. Augusto's son would have been... No. I've known him since we were kids. When both of us were alone. He doesn't have family, you see, just like me. Him! But surely not. What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? You're white as a sheet. Of course, it all makes sense. I know exactly who our so-called mastermind is. What? Hey, you have to tell us. I can hardly believe it, but somebody we know rather well. The person we've been looking for is...
Take that!
Has to be the person behind all this. The person who forced Chairman Winter's hand by sending the letter to Rosie Ringer. The person who kidnapped Sean and bugged Kay and myself. The person who did the strangest thing of all. Choked Kay and carried her up to the roof of the big building. It was the monster. What? Did you really just say what I thought you said you did? Yes, monster. That was the key to unmasking our mastermind. Oh, I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love if you could come. I'd love it if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one. That's right! The Barry Big Circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town! You'll have oodles of fun! Miss Lloyd, can I ask a favor? Who, little me? What kind of favor? You told us you recorded the sound of Tarsaur's breathing fire. Proof? What kind of proof? Did you capture something on your tape recorder, perhaps? Oh, you're your rebels! Sharper than a gosh dang tack! I captured the sound of that big old beastly breathing fire is what I captured. Sure did! Like I said, I didn't precisely see the guy, but boy did I hear him. Can we listen to the tape? Surely can. Let's see now. That's it. That sound must be what I think it is. Theory has to be correct. The truth about the monster, the identity of the person behind all this, it's all falling into place. Miss Hart, you saw a giant eye at the window of the storeroom, did you not? Yep, snapped me a picture of it too. And you can't rightly see it so well. I can't see right now, but take a Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Your image analyzer. Can we borrow it again? Sure, bud. Well, look at sir. This photograph right here. Gotcha! I'm on it! Mobile must be here. To find it. Just have to find it.
Eureka!
Nuts! See? I done told you all. Tarasaurus his own dang self. Yes. There it is at last. The monster commanded by the architect of this whole scheme. Monster? Hold it. You're finally ready to admit it. That he's dang well real. The big bad bull himself.
Objection!
No, because that isn't Tarasaurus at all. It's the eye of a different giant beast entirely. Take a look at this, if you would. The very big circus flyer. Oh, wait, look! You see it? The enormous lion balloon? That's the real monster! The sound the Miss Lloyd thought was the creature breathing fire. Hold it! Oh, come on! You're gonna bring me crashing down the earth like that? That's how balloons fly, huh? They burn gas to make hot air. They do. And our culprit was able to use that balloon, carry Kay up to the roof of the big building without ever going near the elevator. So this culprit, they've got something to do with the circus? Circus worker. Friend of the Bronster? Stun Augusto. Whoa, 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 whoa! You're not serious? You got to mention trainee animal tamer. It's hard to believe. But he's the one who's been pulling the strings this whole time. That's right. Simeon Saint is the one behind all this. Simeon? But everything... Really? I don't believe you. We trusted him. And he trusted us. You can't tell me that was all lies? That would be too horrible. I'm sorry, Kay. Hold it. What was that? Hey! Where do you think you're going, old man? Nothing escapes you, does it, young pup? My congratulations, Mr. Edgeworth. Now that I know the truth, my business here is done. What? No! Mr. Kenneth, wait! Damn it! He disappeared! Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't worry, I'm fine. But... Damn you! Are you alright, Sean? Killed my dad. He's dead, right? There's no easy way to say it, but... Sorry, Sean. It would appear that he did. He won't get away with it. I'll make him pay. Somehow, some way, I'll...
Overruled.
No, Sean. You mustn't say such things. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. You'll have to forgive us both. I just put the cards, sir. All units are on the lookout for Mr. Kenneth. I don't mean to hurry everybody, but we better be on our way too. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, where do you think we'll find our mastermind? I suppose you're right. We should go after the mastermind right now. He said he had to practice for the show, which I guess means he'll be at the circus. But before we leave, there's something that I'd like to ask of you, Ancient Lang. There is? What? Once a beast has been sighted, the next step is the planet's capture. When we arrive, there's something we'll need to try to find as a matter of priority. And Detective, I'd like you to look into something that's been bothering me about Sean's kidnapping. Yes, sir! I want to help too, Mr. Edgeworth! Good. There's somebody I'd like you to try and contact. If Saint really is our mastermind, we're going to need this person's help. Between our many encounters, I never suspected a thing. Even though he was right there in front of me. Messed up. There's no other way of putting it. But I'm going to put things right once and for all. So, we're gonna keep going, by the way. We've got time. Louder! We're at the end game. April 6th, 5:30 p.m. Berry Big Circus. Big top. Oh, hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Did you guys come to watch the show? Hello, Miss Perry, Mr. Saint. Okay. You're a little early, I'm afraid. We're still practicing. But I'm glad you kept your promise. Yes, I remember you giving me this. That's so great. You're gonna have so much fun. I think even you'll be surprised, Mr. Edgeworth. I think you've surprised me enough for one day already. What are you talking about? Alright. Would you mind looking at this photograph, Miss Berry? That's the eye painted on the balloon you used to advertise the circus, correct? Oh! Yeah! What is this exactly? I have a strong suspicion that the balloon was used by the criminal we've been looking for. You do? Who's usually in charge of the balloon, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, that would be Simeon. But wait, you don't mean... Mr. Saint? You took the balloon out late the other night, didn't you? Sure, I was practicing. I'm still pretty bad at flying it, so I needed to put in some extra hours. At night? When it would have been even more difficult than usual? A strange time to decide to practice. But why else would I have taken the balloon out? What are you saying? But you weren't practicing at all. You were taking an unconscious Kay to the top of the big building. Or to frame her for the murder of Rosie Ringer. The security camera never recorded Kay taking the elevator up to the roof. Which means he must have gotten there another way. From the sky. The only person able to make that happen would have been you. But, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't understand. That's not all you did. You also attacked Sean at the garbage disposal area. Broke him and carried him away. That's why you were late for the hearing at the courthouse, wasn't it? I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. Why would I do any of those things? Please, you have to believe me. I never ever do anything like that. I wish I could believe you, but I can't. Any trust I had in you has been completely destroyed. That's horrible. Why would you say that? You told me back at the jail. You said you believed I was innocent. You don't have to worry about that. We're friends. We know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club after all. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately so, I'm afraid. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sounds of it, you had little reason to kill Knight. If anything, you're the one most affected by his passing. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. Rest assured, we believe you. And we will get you out of here. This is just awful. I never thought you lied to me. We didn't lie! I swear, Simeon, You said you knew what it's like to be me. I trusted you. That hurts, Kay. It hurts so much. I'm... Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. This is Simeon we're talking about. He's not a bad person.
Objection!
I see it now. That's your strategy, isn't it? With everybody, you wear out their psychological weaknesses and exploit them. And without even realizing it, they wind up doing exactly what you want them to. Exactly the behavior one would expect from the arch manipulator behind all our recent troubles. I was too blind to see it before, but you won't fool me again. Simeon Saint! You are guilty of crimes too numerous to mention! Oh. And so that's how you want to play it, huh? You always did have the courage of your convictions, I guess. Luckily, grinding people's self-belief into dust is kind of a hobby of mine. Well done, all of you. Well, this is certainly a side of it we haven't seen before. So much for the Trini, the animal tamer who wouldn't hurt a fly. I guess that was all an act. But I'm glad we're finally getting to meet the real you. Simeon, this can't be true, can it? Truth, lie, what does it matter? Huh? All you need to know is that the Edgeworth here has made me very mad indeed. And now he's going to pay. I was just out practicing. Sure, I went up in the balloon a couple of nights ago, but that was just practicing. I guess somebody took that picture when I flew by the big building. I fly around the area doing promo stuff for the circus all the time. Nothing to see here, Miles. Nothing at all. You go up in the balloon reasonably often? Yeah, promoting the circus, like I said. Is that true, Miss Berry? Well, it's true that it's Simeon's job to go up in the balloon and spread the word. I guess just about everybody in the area would have seen him up there by now. Well, that same balloon was used in the commission of a crime. Nonsense! I just happened to be in the area where it happened. Somebody took a picture when I was flying past the big building, that's all. I'll be the judge of whether you just happen to be nearby. Thank you very much. Alright. The mastermind's true face.
Hold it!
Okay. This balloon, do you usually launch it from here at the circus? No, you need a wide open space. There's a park over by Sunshine Coliseum. That's where I usually take off from. Let's see. And how do you get the balloon to the park to launch it? Not by hand, that's for sure. That thing must weigh a few hundred pounds. It's kind of impressive that I can even get off on the ground, now that I think about it. I prefer that if you didn't change the subject. How would you transport the balloon? Wow, give a guy a break, will you? It's not like I was getting miles off track. Sheesh. We use a truck, okay? Just load it on the back and away you go. What you say? Yeah, last time I took it out would have been 2 days ago. That could be important. Better keep it in mind. The last time I took the balloon out on the truck would have been then, the day before last. That could be important.
Hold it!
So just to confirm, the truck hasn't been anywhere else since then? Why would you need to confirm that? I just told you, didn't I? Answer the question. Or are you trying to avoid this one too? Oh, that was a cheap shot, even for you. If I say something, you don't need to confirm it, because I just said it. See how that works? But since you insist, the truck has been parked back since the day before last. And the balloon was still loaded on the back. That's it all. Now explain to me why that even matters. Not right now. But I think I'll just thank you for giving me a straight answer for once and leave it there. It means to insist that the truck has been parked here since 2 days ago. I think you might have let more slip there than you realize, Mr. Saint. You done? Anyway, as I was saying.
Hold it!
You're saying you just happened to fly past somebody with a camera too? Oh, I get it. I'm starting to understand how you think, Miles. Next you'll say something like, there's no way that was a coincidence, right? Then it's down the slippery slope to there's no such thing as a coincidence. Now that's a scary thought. That's not what Mr. Edger was saying at all. Why can't you just... Don't play into his hands, Kay. He's over trying to fury us. He's hoping that by needling us, he'll be able to avoid the question. And why do you think he's trying to do that? Because he's a clown? No, because he's got something to hide. Precisely. So we can't let up. We have to stay on the offense. We have to remain calm while doing so. Gotcha! Hey, Simeon! This highly capable prosecutor assistant has a question for you. Are you trying to tell us you just happened to fly past the big building? He's right, you know. I wasn't going to answer. You're so bad at this, Kay. I guess I better throw you a bone.
Hold it!
You're in charge of both the promotional work for promotional work the balloon... Sorry, for both the promotional work the balloon issue for and the balloon itself. Is that correct? Don't believe a word I say, do you? That is true. Ask the boss. Right, boss? Yep. Simeon is in charge of keeping it clean and making sure it's all working properly and everything. I don't think anybody ever even touches it except for him. Not lately, anyhow. Interesting. I think we can be safe to say he was in the balloon when it was photographed the other night. If he's our mastermind, there are parts of his plan and he would have had to carry out today, too. Perhaps we need to dig into those a little more. Why the big silence? It's not like this is tricky stuff to process. There was a balloon. It was flying through the sky, like balloons do. End of story.
Hold it!
Is that so? Not only were you flying at night, multiple crimes were committed on that same evening. Are you expecting me to believe that there's nothing to see, as you put it? Are you trying to provoke me, Miles? It's not very nice, you know, starting fights with people. I'm a kind! We're all about smiles, not frowns! He's certainly skilled at steering the conversation away from the topic at hand. It's not going to help him. I just have to stay on the attack. Don't know a whole lot about this balloon just yet. Maybe we should try and learn a little more about it. So, let's double check our truck. Interesting.
Objection!
We mentioned the truck and we have a truck evidence. This truck, it wouldn't happen to be blue by any chance? Huh? What if it is? We happened to see a blue truck ourselves just today. One with a large basket loaded on the back. If that was the truck you told us about, then your statement about not having moved in 2 days is a lie. Agent 9, Emma. There you are, Miss Edgeworth. At last. I've been trying to find you ever since we wrapped up the case yesterday. Hey, sent me a message saying you were here, so I came right away. And I found what you asked me to go look for. It was loaded onto a truck in the park. Well, at the back, a blue truck. There we go. Oh well. I think that truck might be the one we saw earlier today. In fact, I'm almost certain of it.
Objection!
Oh! What? Just because it's blue? Like a million other trucks? What makes you so sure it's the exact same one? No, I saw it too! It's the same one for sure!
Objection!
Huh? What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? That wasn't me! Worthless are the words of a man who can't back up his claims with evidence. Wow, you sound just like him. Show me. I demand proof. I must be able to prove it somehow. If the same truck, I'm sure of it. Huh? What are you doing, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? The engine's cold, which means it's been here for a while. Wait, you can tell just from that? Can I use the proof it's the same truck? I'd like to have the truck dusted for fingerprints. Huh? Why would you want to do that? Because I expect to find a certain specific set of prints. And if I do, that will prove beyond all doubt that it's the truck we saw in front of the big building. Whose prints will prove it was the truck we saw? Yours? You think you're going to find your own prints on there? I do, because I put my hands on your truck when I was in front of the big building. When I saw in front of the big building. Let's see what we can find, shall we? Emma, would you lend us your scientific skills one more time? That's why I'm here! One moment, please. Alrighty, take it away, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh? Me? Of course. Who else do you think was going to do it? Don't worry, it's easy. I'll show you how. Fine. I don't see why you can't do it yourself. Spread a pattern over there where you want to search for prints. Like this. With the cursor around, press this button will like you dust the area with powder. Oh, that was Edgeworth. It sticks to fingerprints, so once you've found one, make sure to plant it there. And blow it away, and blow away the X. Yes. Blow it away? Yeah, with your mouth. Like that. Blow and with this button should remove any excess powder. Alright, you got it done? Yes, thank you. Now to try for real. Oh, and there's no such thing as too much powder. By the way, go crazy. There we go. That's it. That's a nice clean print you got there. Can we compare it to my prints right away? Yep, leave it to me. That confirms it. It's Mr. Edgeworth's prints, alright. And with that, another lie is exposed. Ah! So what were you doing in the truck? Oh, just driving around. For fun, you know.
Objection!
Ed was abducted 2 nights ago, and your balloon was sighted nearby. Then today, another abduction, this time involving a truck supposedly used to transport garbage, and your truck was sighted nearby.
Objection!
Coincidence? Nothing more. Want me to believe that you were near the scene of 2 separate abductions simply by chance? Just be honest. You were involved in both. What makes you think they were even connected?
Objection!
A certain very important piece of evidence, that's one. I feel like I'm gonna have to present some evidence, so... Ah! Oh, this should be good. Next, Kane Sean's abduction. Oh, the 3 C's!
Take that!
Cade was struck with a dose of a powerful sedative, and a bottle of sedatives were found right where Sean was being held captive. The very same brand, no less.
Objection!
I knew you'd try something like this. So the same sedative was used. So what? Does that mean everything's connected? You know as well as I do, that doesn't prove anything for sure. He must have something. Must be a piece of evidence that can tie him to both crimes. Cops, prosecutors, you, Miles. You're all the same at the end of the day. You force the evidence to fit the crime, or you flood it, make it up. Just as long as somebody goes to jail. You're no different from a certain other evidence. Temporary we've had the misfortune of meeting.
Objection!
No, I'm nothing like him.
Objection!
Then show me. Hit me with your killer piece of evidence. You must have one, right? It's no use. We don't have anything that can tie him directly to both kidnappings. Okay. You're about done here, Miles? No more cheap shots lit the fire? Good. Well, I have a show to be rushing for, so if you don't mind.
Objection!
Hey, come on now, you two. There's no need to get all hot under the collar. Wouldn't want your good looks running down your fists now. Ube, Simiano, bow. What are you sticking your nose in for? Hey, I just sense the vibe getting a little harsh and heavy, yeah? Thought I'll lighten the mood. Now be out here, Kay. Lift our spirits with a little dose of the old Griff gave magic. You don't have to tell me twice. Okay, let me see. I can do Steven's voice. Here goes. Objection. What are you? Take this seriously, will you? Oh, you could do. Okay. What you could do with somebody run a little interference in for you, master? Not the most ethical approach, I know, but again, Kay, again! We can worry about whether or not this is the right thing to do later. This is my last chance to try to prove a connection between Mr. Saint and his crimes. Let's forget the kidnapping for now. Is there anything else that suggests he is our mastermind? Of course. Alright. Heinous was looking for our secret string puller too. The young pup, as he called him. I could prove that Mr. Saint was the same young pup, and perhaps... What evidence do I have that might point him to being involved in behind the scenes?
Take that!
I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. Knight. We discovered her. And that same person might well be our secret string puller. Right. Mastermind was involved in Canis and Knight's corresponding chess exchange. Oh. I can prove that Mr. Saint was the hidden intermediate between the two of them. Alright, that's enough. This is getting painful. You don't have anything and I have to practice the first show, so if you don't mind.
Objection!
Thank you, Mr. Fender. I can take it from here. I can't take any more of your interventions. Oh, just look at this! Yeah, I like it! Mazarino's back in the game for sure! I'm Simeon, the funny clown. Look at me, I'm chuckling. Hey, you can stop now. Mr. Saint, you're a fan of chess, I take it. Huh? Where did that come from? Yes, sure, I don't eat it. Our secret string puller was playing corresponding chess with Mr. Canis.
Objection!
I thought Bronco was the one playing chess with Canis. You're saying he was your so-called mastermind?
Objection!
No, it wasn't him. Whoever it was went on manipulating events even after Knight's death. Take a look at this letter, if you would. Who do you think could have written it? I believe it was the person who had inserted themselves between Mr. Knight and Canis. Oh, Mr. Canis and Knight. Oops, wrong one. Wrong order. And you think that person was me? Why would I go to all that trouble? That's crazy! Make it appear that the two men were connected and communicating directly with one another. Very fact that led Vivi Lagarde to murder him. What? You're saying he set that up to try and get Mr. Knight killed?
Objection.
Listen to yourself. Who do you think I am? Some kind of evil puppet master? You've seen me. I could burn it even and get the animals to do what I want. If we could find one of the letters he passed between Knight and Canis, that would prove the connection beyond a doubt. I'd like to have your room searched. I believe you might find...
Objection.
Letters? You won't. Trust me. What? Once I'm done with something, I put them straight in the trash. Guess I'm not the sentimental type. Why get hung on the past? Up on the past, right? Ugh! You must have disposed of any incriminating items in order to cover his tracks. Guess you went in with the evidence you needed once again, huh? That's a bad habit, you know. This doesn't prove anything either. We've fallen short yet again. What do we do now? We have options? You accuse me of betraying a friend? And you don't even have any proof? You're despicable! Hold it. Who was that? Oh, I am... Hi. Miss Berry? What does she want? Sorry, it's just... I was thinking about what you were saying on... This Knight person? You mean Bronco, right? Simeon's friend? Yes, what of it? You know something? A letter came from him this morning. For Simeon. What? What did you... How was that possible? Knight is dead. Miss Berry, we need to see this letter right away. Sure, here you go. Let's open it, shall we? It's another corresponding chess letter. See my next move. So here's my next move. Pawn to G6. Can anyone else smell checkmate? Can't wait to see your face when you lose. But you're not going to beat me. Not a chance. The next move from the game with Mr. Canis. Can anybody even smell checkmate? Can't wait to see your face when you lose. But you're not going to beat me. Not a chest. It's postmarked the 26th of March. Day before Knight died. Guess I must have gotten held up en route. Well, we do move around a lot. It's part of being a traveling circus. Our mayor rides late all the time. Interesting that is addressed directly to you, Mr. Saint. This is it, isn't it? The proof we need that you were the one facilitating Mr. Canis and Knight's games. One of the letters you would have transcribed into Braille, in order to create the illusion that they were somehow connected. Gertrude! Oh, go! You're still getting in my way even now! I hate you! I hate you! Dien, how could you? Mr. Knight was your only friend. We were friends. I stopped thinking he was my friend 18 years ago. Right around the time of the IS-7 incident, in other words. I nearly froze to death because of him. I was just about to head out and meet my dad at the contest. But then Bronco showed up. He pinned me down and tied me up. He was crying the whole time, went on and on. I'm sorry, but my dad said I had to do this. And if I don't do what he says, he's so scary. Stop it, Bronco. Stop it. I have to go meet my dad. I promise. If I'm not there to taste his candy for him, he'll be so upset. He needs me. If I don't go, he won't be able to show everyone he's the best in the world. But no. He locked me in. He locked me in the car with him. And the two of us nearly died. He thought he couldn't get out. But when he tried the door, it was frozen shut. Or trapped. And that's how I lost my dad. What? You lost your dad? Yeah, Bronco's dad killed mine. He was the son of a murderer. What does he mean? It doesn't match up with what we know at all. Simeon. The victim in the IS-7 was a guy named Artie Frost. Yeah, that was my dad's name. My memories got kind of scrambled that day. What little I remember was pretty mixed up. So I didn't find out until later that my dad was murdered. The murderer was a man named Carmelo Gusto. Confederate? Really? I never knew Bronco's father's name. And maybe I chose not to remember. Ugh, just thinking about that. Just thinking about the sicko that killed my dad turns my stomach. Saint, are you sure you didn't know the name of the murderer until just now? You think I sit on if I did? No! I'd have reported him to the police straight away. All I knew was that Bronco's dad tricked my dad. And that's how I knew my dad was the one who was killed that day. Bronco was a traitor. He helped his father murder mine. He was the son of a cold-blooded killer. He deserves to die.
Objection!
That's a bond. I'm gonna deal with that now. I'm sorry, Mr. Saint, but you've made a mistake. Very big one. I'm sick? What do you mean? Artie Frost was a sculptor. He'd been working in France not so long before the murder, under the name of Paul Hallecoon. So I heard. I don't remember anything about that. Wish I could. Well, I'm afraid it's only natural that you don't, because he wasn't your father. Huh? Is this your idea of a joke? Well, it's not funny. Not at all. You're right. It's not. You need to know the uncomfortable truth. So close to the end. Oh, let me close it. This piece of evidence proves that you're not Artie Frost's son.
Take that!
Huh? Bronco's chess set and a ring? Yes. Take a look at the ring for me, if you would. What does the engraving on it tell you? It's 2 letters, right? It is. This is the seal with which Paul Hallecoon used to mark his work. And it was found next to Artie Frost's body 18 years ago. But why would Bronco have a moment with my father? The police looked for Frost's son for a long time, and eventually they found him. The ring was handed over to the man they were able to prove was his child, Bronco Knight. But that's not... That would mean I was... Precisely. That you're in fact the son of Camillo Gusto. Oh, that can't be! My dad was... I remember... Don't I? Bronco tied me up and locked me in that car. It was his fault I lost my dad. He deserved to die, didn't he? No way. Like, get to see your circus thing even though I'm in jail? I was looking forward to the next move in our little chess game. So the show was just the icing on the top. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. I will. And hey, come back soon, okay? I'll be mulling over my next move in the meantime. Oh, speaking of which, I put a little something in your chest set. But you can take a look at it later. A little something? No idea what that might be, but thanks. If you hadn't detained me years ago, it wouldn't have had to end like this. Huh? Did you say something? Hey, it was nothing. Goodbye, Bronco, and farewell. I did all that, and now you're telling me that it was my father who killed Broncos? Then what was all this for? I didn't want to wind up dead too. I didn't want to be weak and vulnerable. That's why I tried to be like Canis. Why I stayed in touch with him all these years. And there we have it. The truth at last. Mr. Saint, you were Mr. Keynes' corresponding chess partner. And you were the one manipulating the events this whole time! You're right, it was me! It was me all along! Yep. They pull a fake out. One of the things I remember a while back, they pulled this, when I was reading about this originally, way back when I was on the DS, they pull a fake out, by breakdown. At last, he's finally telling the truth. I was the one who witnessed the murder 12 years ago. Did you know already? The president's assassination, just as we thought. Sorry. Which means he's the one who drew the picture. He knew it too. That's why the guard kept questioning me day in and day out. It got so I couldn't face what I knew the next day. It would bring. I was a nervous wreck. They could blame me for wanting to get out of there. I imagine it wasn't as easy as simply running away. Winterwood has sent his men after you. No matter where I went, they were on me. They never stopped coming 24 hours a day, 365 days a week. I couldn't sleep at night. Even the smallest noise had me chasing shadows. It drove me crazy. So I joined the circus. At least that way, moving from place to place was part of the job. My whole life, I've been up against the chief prosecutor and the warden of a prison. No regular person could hope to stand up to people like that. From the time I was a child, I had nobody. But they weren't even the worst of it. The body double behind it all, controlling everything. He may have been a fake, but he was the president of an entire country. What hope did I have? There was only one person I could turn to, Canis, the man who saved my life. He wasn't like Bronco. He really did want to help me. That's quite a claim. Strange to think of our famous ruthless assassin winning the admiration of the child he saved. He showed me how to stop being a victim, to stop being hunted. I've become a hunter myself, and they all became my prey! I doubt even you imagine that the body double would ever go as far as to co-opt our country's police. No, I sure didn't. As long as Winter was around, no M's was ever going to stand. Even nearly, he managed to ruin things this morning. The guard almost got away with it again. I know him now like the back of my hand. I could see exactly how I was going to all go down. We saw right through their plan. While Chairman Winter, we tried to suppress the evidence in one of the guards' trial. See? And that's why you kidnapped Sean, correct? You wanted to force a guilty verdict regardless of the presence of evidence in order to rule of law.
Objection.
Never I did? What else was I going to make them pay for what happened 12 years ago? Whatever helps you sleep at night. Winter pulled one last surprise, didn't he? He tried to kidnap Sean himself in hope to influence the verdict. In other words, you chose the exact same course of action as the man you so victimly claim to hate. You really hate claim.
Objection.
That's only if I actually kidnapped anyone at all. But I never do anything so wicked. Not ever. Me coming out? No. Besides, I don't hate the three of them. If anything, I'm grateful. If they hadn't done what they did, my revenge wouldn't have been nearly as fun.
Objection!
You admit it. The motive in all of this was nothing more than revenge? Sure, I admit it. But one, I despise every single one of them. But here's the kicker. I didn't kill anybody! The most you can blame me for is writing in the odd letter here and there. I quicked up the ringer to tell her about Winter, another to him so he knew about her. But the fact that they wanted to kill each other and one of them succeeded, that was all on them. So you take no responsibility for the fact that your actions resulted in multiple murders? Right? Same as the Famous Gourd Lake. People are much easier to control than animals, you know. The whole fate assassination block, I handled that to Bronco on the plate. Was part of his plan too? And Rook's murder was... Rook's murder was...
Objection.
No. That was all Bronco's idea. Nothing to do with me at all. Still, it moved things in the right direction, wouldn't you say? Isn't it a crazy thing? Can't talk like that about a murder. Setting Lagarde up was easy too. I just made it seem like Nine and Cadence were in contact with each other. And slit the chisel inside that chess set. So it was you who put it in there? Yes, it was. I thought that might point everybody nicely in Cadence's direction. Worked out pretty well if I do say so myself. Sorry, even if I do say so myself. Who knew that would be all it took to make that awful woman murder poor Bronco? I guess she got to where she just saw enemies everywhere she looked. I know the feeling. See, the smallest thing can send your paranoia into overdrive and then paint it ugly quickly. I had a front row seat for the whole show. You were the last piece to put into play, of course. Who, me? You saw both cases and finally brought down Winner and Lagarde. I guess you could say your power was the deductions were the weapon that put an end to them both.
Objection.
I didn't solve those cases for your sake. Sure, you didn't know you were doing me a favor. You were just playing being an attorney for a little while, right? What did you say? All I had to do was call and say, no, a few times. And you rode to my rescue like the hero you are. Was getting arrested part of your plan too? No, that wasn't something I expected. I have to admit. I never thought they'd take the chisel for the murder weapon. That was a real plot twist. And a blood-run coil, for sure. But then who'd you come through with the turnabout to end all turnabout? The greatest legal mind of its generation! My knight in shining armor! I bet I felt pretty good seeing me like that, huh? Yeah, thank me, you know. I don't do that for many people. You're wrong! I wasn't playing at being an attorney. He was trying to help you, because helping people is what Mr. Edgeworth does. He helped me, right when I needed it the most. Hey. Oh, you sure he wasn't trying... Sorry. You sure he wasn't just trying to steer the part of Daddy's shoes for size? No, that's not what he was doing. Come on, K-Master. Don't let the squaring get you down. He's projecting, plain and simple. Painting other folks with his own grubby brush. It's not just that he doesn't trust other people. The poor kid doesn't understand the concept. Doing something for somebody else's sake? Forget about it. He'll never understand. You think I care what you have to say about me? Consider this for a second. I've got my revenge on everybody I set out to get it from. And yet... you can't prove I incited anything. Think about it. I never actually did anything. What's my crime, exactly? Explain it to me. You think you could pin an incitement charge on me? Read my letters. I didn't mention murder anywhere. I did. Maybe you have a case. Maybe you could say I encouraged them. But it's the same story as always, I'm afraid. You can't prove I did anything after all. Anything at all, sorry. That's not true. You kidnapped me. Sorry, but I did miss the part where you proved that. All I ever admitted to was sending letters. You. Letters which didn't threaten the course or encourage anybody to do anything. I just passed on what you might call Parliament information. Grr. He's a slippery one, I'll give him that. There's gotta be something we can do. What about this incitement stuff he's talking about? Incitement stuff he's talking about. Incitement, okay? Sorry. It means to encourage or direct another person to commit a crime. In the eyes of the law, it's seen as equivalent to committing the crime itself. So then we just need to prove that he told them to do it. You say that like it's going to be easy. Guess maybe you're not so big on due process after all. You think you can make me carry the can for murders I had nothing to do with? Think again. I don't even have to talk to you if I don't want to. In fact, why am I still talking to you?
Not so fast.
I can think of one reason. The tent is surrounded. There's nowhere left to run. Really? You don't think I planned my escape too? What if, just to pluck an idea out of nowhere, I trained all these fidget spot beasts to attack on command, for example? All I have to do is say the word, then settle off stage in the chaos. What? You win. Yeah, I'm just spitballing. But you'd pay to see that, wouldn't you? I could just easily take Sean hostage with a gun, and I may or may not have in my pocket. Yeah. You know what? That would make for a killer show. You won't do no such thing. Hard to know what length he might actually be prepared to go to. You know about him already. We have to prepare for the worst. Fine, I'll humor you. But once the curtain goes up on this little performance, it better be a lively one. For me, and we're done here. Alright? Alright. Let's see if you can keep me entertained, shall we? Oh. It's not going to give me an inch. There must be something we could do. We can't let his crimes go unpunished. So I can't blindly. I can't blindly percent. Maybe I can. Let's try.
Hold it.
Alright. Oh. You encourage others to commit crimes, and those murders were duly committed. If I can prove it, you will be punished just as if you've done the deed yourself. Yeah. What? What's the word for it again? I forgot already. Incitement K. Chairman Winter, Warden Lagarde, and Bronco Knight. All were criminals in their own right. All committed unforgivable acts. But all were induced to commit those acts by anybody behind the scenes. That man right, this man right here. Oh, you really don't hold back, do you, Miles? But it doesn't change anything. Oh, that one's fine.
Hold it.
Nothing at all? What? You didn't look? I can give you a minute if you like. It's clearly confident that I won't find anything. So plan those letters down to the last word. Look, I don't want to teach you how to do your job, but if you can't prove I encouraged them to commit those murders, your incitement charge goes up in smokes. Hehehe. Too bad, so sad, huh, Miles? That's fine too.
Hold it.
Know for a fact that you make those murders happen. Yeah, there's nothing I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made the big bad Chairman Winter kill little Miss Rosie Ringer. Alright. What? You told me yourself.
Objection.
Did I? And can you prove it? If you can't, this ends here. Decide yourself. Could this sweet innocent boy have done things you're saying? No, 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 no. I have to admit, but he's right. What proof we have nowhere to go with this. only prove what he said on that phone call.
Hold it!
The same source always? What do you mean by that? Why does that matter? That's not important here. You know why it's important though? That you can't prove nothing! Nothing! Ugh. We have some way of showing that he's guilty. Just going to continue floundering. Here I thrust item the evidence in front of him and hope for the best. Where I go over it all one more time. Whenever I choose, proof is the only way we're going to get anywhere here. He's confident to me over the telephone. Sorry, he confessed me over the telephone. He told me he was the one who made Chairman Winter kill Royce's ringer. Just need to find a piece of evidence that proves what he said on that call. That. Well, first off, we were finding the press. That's good news. Oh.
Objection!
I'm afraid you're wrong. I have proof that you meant for at least one murder that happened. Because you said so yourself. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made the big bad Chairman Winter kill Little Miss Rosie Ringer. What? I said that? Weird. I do remember. I know you think you can worm your way out of everything, but this time you're wrong. I am? Yes, because our conversation was being recorded by somebody intercepting the signal from the very listening device you planted. It was? Got your conversation with the client here on tip? That's what you're trying to tell us? Oh. Line G says, a schemer's scheme will swallow him in the end. Miss Lloyd, could you play us the tape, please? You bet I can. Got it. It was this one right here. Mr. Edgeworth? That's just Raphael's cell phone. Who is this? You're the one who abducted Kay. Can't hear, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. It was right around here. I was surprised as... Huh? That's weird. There's something wrong, Miss Lloyd? I will say. Seems me maybe, didn't quite catch the next part on tip. What? Why? How could it not be on there? Aw, poor babies. Think I'd leave myself wide open like that? Well, think again. There's something a little special about that bug, you see. It can be turned on and off remotely. What? I never knew they make those. Remote control bugs? Sure they exist, but... So you switched it off to avoid being recorded? Bingo!
Objection!
But how? Would have had to know you were being recorded in the first place.
Objection!
And I did, of course I did. So obvious that someone was eavesdropping. And that's because... Miss Lloyd, was it? You knew about the kid prosecutor's kidnapping without I prompting. No! You heard that whole conversation? I didn't, Needle pal. I must say, I thought you would have figured it all out much sooner. Aren't you supposed to be a genius prosecutor? Aye. Where we again? Oh yeah. At the part where if you couldn't prove incitement, it's game over. Oh well. Aw, shucks. I tell you ain't gonna be... no, it's nobody after all. I must have recorded something you can use. Only that were true. Hey, Game Master! Yeah? Yo, buggeroo! It was sitting in your pen that whole time, right? That shake anything loose from the old brain tree? I don't know. Give me a second to think. You're the only one who's been directly in contact with him before.
Objection!
So sad, relying on full evidence, desperately trying to make it stick. Well, that's quite enough for that. Next topic, please. Huh? Trying to steer us away from our current line of inquiry? You're the one who's been directly in contact with him before. I had a one-to-one encounter with him only recently. What if the sound from that point in time had been recorded? Miss Lloyd, how long were you recording the intercepts from the bug from? Started about, let's see now, 2 nights back? Which case? During which time would we likely to find Mr. Saint's voice on that tape? I tried 2 nights ago. Yep. Mr. Saint abducted Kay and took her up to the roof of the big building 2 nights ago. What if there was a recording from around that time? Miss Lloyd, quickly, play us any tape you have from the night before last. Huh? Oh, sure thing. That's the sound of a balloon. A balloon. Indeed it is. Around that time, I imagine Mr. Saint would have been transporting you in it. Which means he can't have been too far away from you. Or the bug. Is there anything else on the recording, I wonder? Wait! That noise! That was a gunshot! You turned the bug off then, too, it seems. Unluckily for you, you were a little late in doing so. There's no skimming it now. That gunshot ties you directly to the case. Huh? What are you talking about? Nobody ever mentions the gun. Never ever even mentioned the gun. It's wrong. Somebody involved with this case discharged a firearm. I just need to remember who it was and present a piece of evidence that proves it. Which piece of evidence shows that the gunshot was used in the incident related to this case? This one! Gunshot residuals detected on the right hand.
Take that!
It's written right here in the president's autopsy report. Traces of gunshot residuals were detected on his hand. And where was Kay when the gunshot was recorded? That's right. She was in the balloon being taken by you to the top of the big building. However, the roof wasn't as deserted as you needed it to be. Yes, I was there with the president. Wait, not long after we started talking, he noticed something and told me to leave. And if a gunshot rang out shortly after that... Don't tell me you didn't hear yourself, Mr. Saint. Not when it sounds crystal clear in this recording. You're just going to pretend to ignore me? What else do you expect me to do when you keep spreading those weird theories? You didn't just hear a gunshot on that tape. If you listen carefully, you can hear that bullet hit something too. The president have been aiming at Mr. Saint? What would the bullet have struck?
Take that!
I think the president was firing at the balloon. If he was, what we heard on that tape could have been the bullet hitting the basket. Let's take a look and see, shall we? Oh, hello! Oh. With a bullet stuck in it! There's a bullet hole in the bottom of the basket. I call that pretty conclusive proof. Ah! Well, Mr. Saint, how would you explain not just the sound of the tape on the tape, but the accompanying bullet hole? You see everything, don't you? It's pretty impressive, I have to admit. I doubt there's anything I could hide from you if you really wanted to find it. Just shut up and confess, will you? Alright. No need to get cranky. What really happened 2 nights ago? I admit I flew the balloon up to the roof, but when I arrived, just Raphael and the president were already there. That came as a surprise, I have to say. Only the president noticed me, and he made a good judgment right away. Then he pointed his gun at me and fired. But why was he trying to shoot down the balloon? Oh, that's simple enough. When I arrived, he was just about to murder your friend, the judge here. Me? Yeah, you. You told him about Sean. Do you think what happened? Oh. Why do you think he met with you in the first place? He thought you were going to expose him as an imposter. As she knew the truth about Sean's parentage, he was afraid. Afraid? Yeah, you can say that. The man was a total coward. His hands were shaking so much when he tried to get rid of me, he couldn't even shoot straight. You see, I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was an innocent bystander. Alright. You're definitely getting some time. You can't prove I... Oh, we're still on that same part. Ah! Can't prove I said anything.
Hold it!
Well, what time would that have been? Just after 11, I think. That's when you and your pal went up to the roof, right, Your Honor? Yes, it was. No contradictions there. But the fact that we've confirmed the time is important nonetheless. And because I arrived when I did...
Hold it!
So you didn't expect to find the two of them there? Of course not! Why would I? But it's okay, I got there when I did. We all know what would have happened if I'd been. And I knew later. I was just about to try and kill you, Gravel. You really didn't suspect a thing? I'm afraid I did not. I had no idea. Maybe I shouldn't have blabbed to him about the kid. Did you ever think of that? Not. I was merely trying to... What kind of mother are you? You're lucky he didn't kill you and then go after the boy.
Objection!
I'm your opponent here, not just Raphael. Now leave her alone and tell us what we need to know. Don't worry, Your Honor. I'll take it from here. I mean your dad, Mr. Edgeworth. As is Sean. I trust you will look after us both. And I pray that the gods of justice will watch over all of us. Your precious goddess didn't even warn you there was a balloon right behind you.
Hold it!
You made her leave, but why? Wasn't he planning to kill her? Sure, but he didn't want to do it as a witness. Murderers don't tend to like that. She still didn't know he wasn't the real president, right? The secret was safe for the time being. And now that he knew about Sean, he could kill both of them whenever he wanted. You two got lucky when he died, huh? What a frowns! I'd be smiling from ear to ear if I were you. I don't think anybody will be smiling until this matter has been cleared up once and for all. So please, continue if you would. Your wish is my command. Where were we? Oh yeah, a card about your present. I guess a witness suddenly appearing in the sky must have shaken him up pretty badly any pie.
Hold it!
You're lucky that the bullet only struck the bottom of the basket. Yeah, I tried to get out of there the second he pulled out that gun. Couldn't have my balloon go pop. But it was a close run thing. So you left right there and then? Of course I did. He was shooting at me. Are you saying there's a problem with that? Is that percent a problem? It does. In the end, you managed to leave Kay there up on that rooftop. Which means you didn't actually leave the vicinity, did you? Oh yeah, guess I forgot to tell you the next part. After he shot at me, he escaped through the hatch to the 51st floor. I hung around a little longer to make sure the coast was clear, then I landed on the roof. Mind appending that statement to your testimony? Makes no difference to me. After he shot me, he escaped through the latch to the 51st floor.
Hold it!
The hatch that leads to the storeroom where the items from the underground auction were kept. The auction? My memories are still a bit fuzzy, but the auction was 2 years ago, right? Okay. Indeed, the auction was being held on the 51st floor that day. 51st floor that day. And a bunch of people were going in and out of the storm when it happened. Yes? When it happened, yes? Alright. They were, which meant that if the president really did escape the way Mr. Saint says, someone must have seen him. There's no way he could have passed through there unnoticed. The problem is the time in which each event occurred. With the time line up, I can think of a certain piece of evidence that could prove helpful to our case. The story is that he just happened to witness the event on the roof from the balloon. If Simeon hadn't come along when he did, Miss Gravel might have been in serious trouble. So he's basically your savior, right? I don't think it's quite that simple. After all, he was there to commit a crime too. In order to expose that crime, you need to go over his testimony in detail. Must have been a hole in it somewhere, and there was. No statement has the hole. I've gone through this a few times.
Objection!
You're lying to us again. I am. No. The president never entered the storeroom the night before last. Miss Hart testified to that fact. What? And you believe the word of that 2-bit hack over mine? You bet your gosh darn, I bet your gosh darn pardon? You said that about the chip again, I dare ya. Oh, I want to smile right off you stupid clown face. So we know Hart was camped out on the 51st floor that entire evening. But if our fake president didn't escape through there, then how the heck did he get off the roof? Excellent question. And one that I hope to provide an answer to next. You know that he didn't leave via the elevator, so neither that nor the hatch are possibilities. So there's only one possibility of escaping that rooftop. How did the president escape the rooftop if it wasn't via the elevator or the hatch?
Take that!
He flew. He flew? Yes, in Mr. Saint's balloon.
Objection!
Whoa, quit bearing in mind, will ya? Why never will I give that guile lift my balloon?
Objection!
There was a security camera on the elevator, and Miss Hart was on the 51st floor the whole time. There's no other way he could have left that rooftop.
Objection!
Hehehe. You know what the circus is all about? Making the audience think you're in danger, giving them a thrill. But it's time to bring this act to an end. I'm not in danger here, even if you think I am. What do you mean? Watch and learn. Miss Hart, can I ask you something? You were keeping guard on the 51st floor the whole time, right? Never even blinking for a moment? You bet your big toe I was! I done said as much of my testimony.
Objection!
Huh? So the sound of Miles' faithful assistant falling through the hatch? That didn't scare you so badly that you fainted? So I may all have mentioned this before, but I fell asleep for a few winks after that. I passed out unconscious, you might say. What? What happened? That explains the noise that caused you to faint as well, Miss Hart. You sound like Kay crashed landing onto the storeroom floor. Well, what if I did? Any girl in the world, oh, don't get caught a little unaware sometimes. Sorry, Miles, but that's what you get for putting your faith in these people.
Objection!
Doesn't matter. Hey, can have fallen down from the hatch until after the president left the roof.
Objection!
Are you sure about that? Oh, let me know for a little counter theory. Coward president fired his gun at me, and he hid in the shadows until after your friend fell down the hatch. What? So what if he did? What would that mean?
Objection!
Come now, surely you can even see what I'm insinuating here. It's elementary. The president hid until after Miss Hart fainted. He could have passed right through the 51st floor undetected. No. And there you have it. Your little theory about the secret storeroom falls apart. Did he have to do that in my own voice? Do me my own voice? You're right. Oh, another thing. He might have let Jones let anything slip. Her pal, the president, while he was hiding in the shadows. That's why he went to the set to try and murder him the next day. Only to wind up being killed himself. That's right. It was Sean who murdered the body double.
Objection!
What possible reason could the boy have for doing so?
Objection!
Oh, a pretty good one. He already knew he was the president's son. And how did he discover that exactly? Because I told him in one of my trademark letters. What? He's lying. Oh, you bet I am. Huh? Or am I? Maybe I did tell him, or maybe I didn't. Well, Shawnee boy, which is it? It was my fault that the top course his head fell off the roof. I admit that much already. But I didn't find out about my dad until today, I swear. Huh? Well. I knew about the falling head thanks to the bug. But who knew it was you who made it fall? And the president died from being crushed, was it? Alright, well that confirmed. Well, that's confirmed at least. You were the murderer. Congrats on getting your revenge. That ties everything up pretty neatly, wouldn't you say? Although I guess you say something more like, and so the pieces fall in the place of loss. Well, counter my unstealable logic if you can. Murder of the so-called president. You know my MO by now, right? I'm a hands-off kind of guy. I like to pull a few strings here and there. Well, that was the case with Bronco and Sherman Winter. So what made you think I let that fake president set foot in on my balloon? Besides, I thought it was crusted by that model monster's head. And who said Otarasaur is not gonna fall on, huh? It all makes perfect sense. That's how our imposter wound up dead. No doubt about it. And what was the motive behind the murder? The little truth I shared, just like I said. Get it? The truth. That thing you're so fond of. That's what caused the murder here, not me. No, that's not possible. Well, is there a detective in the house? Somebody arrest that boy. Can't help no. There's nobody rushing to slap on the handcuffs. What's the matter? Curse you. Just as I thought. Admit it. You're all the same. You, Winter, that idiot phony professor. You want the real culprit to go free so you can railroad me into a jail cell, don't you? That's just as you all claim to love so much. You only love it when you can twist it to suit your needs.
Overruled.
That's not true.
Objection.
Well, if you're not going to make the move, I guess I'll have to step aside and speak to the officer myself. Once I tell him the kid here's a murderer, maybe, then they'll finally do something.
Objection.
We're not done with your testimony yet, Mr. Saint. How did I know you make some excuse for stalling even longer? But you still don't have any proof, do you? Or any chance of winning this? Tell me I'm wrong. And yet you still want to prolong this agony? Well, Song, does she know what you're doing? Oh! He's not holding back! What? Did you forget that little shot? His life is on the line too? Hey, Mazarino. Take a deep breath for me, will you? Would you? Why would I do that, Fender? Because at times like these, we need to kick back, take stock, and be grateful for what you have. The worst of times are when warriors calmly show our biggest smiles. Remember? The way in which the president made his escape is what you and Laughing Boy can agree on. So how about this for a little thought experiment? What if it's not about whether the big guy in the purple jacket got on that balloon or not, but rather under what conditions would Simeon have been cool with letting him get on board? A turnabout in thinking. Forgive the interruptions. Just my 2 cents worth. Or your man's, I guess I could say. Anyway, Gregory's techniques can still prove useful in this crazy modern era. He's right. Under what circumstances could the body double have been allowed on that balloon? He was a physically imposing man. And what's more, he was carrying a gun. Could he have been drugged? No. There was no trace of sedatus found during his autopsy. In this case? Surely not. Are you about ready to continue, Miles? And don't forget, this is what we're playing for! Arf! This is going to be really tricky. I have to tear his testimony down, one statement at a time. It's a cent. So something tells me if we prove this, we've won. Yep, it's the final one. One last confrontation.
Hold it!
The strings in question being those of Sean and the president's body double in this case. You seem pretty confident in your ability in that particular area. Can you tell me? When we finally who's behind all this, let's tie him up with these ropes. I'll teach you a way of doing it so even a professional escapist can get free. I understand the sentiment, but perhaps you could apply that favor to the pursuit of the truth instead? Don't worry, I got my eyes on that tank. Simeon won't be escaping in his balloon if I have anything to do with it. I struggle to imagine him choosing to make his getaway by balloon. Look, you just leave it to me. Go on, concentrate on nailing him for his crimes, alright? Alright, I thought so. Alright, you seem pretty confident. You seem pretty confident in your ability in that particular area. That's so weird. I'm not able to remember. What's the wildest animal of them all? That's right, humans. It didn't take much to get those two dancing to my tune. A little truth here, a little hint of revenge there. Somebody all thank me. I did this world a favor. Mr. Edgeworth, he's scaring me. Don't let him get under your skin, Kay. We have to stay strong. This man sowed the seeds of another vengeance in order to achieve his own. It's our duty to stop him. He will succeed in that duty. Why do people do bad things, huh? Don't they realize it'll just come back to bite them in the end?
Hold it!
And so you insist that you had no direct involvement in any of what occurred. Huh. What can I... Hey. I don't like getting my hands dirty. Sure do love to watch the action unfold, though. Sure do love to watch the action unfold, though. Okay. All those idiots desperately trying to kill one another. I don't even know I lit the fuse. I love it. You haven't changed. All you did 12 years ago was watched too. You're talking about the whole SS5 thing? Ah, stop it. You poor papa. Scribbling around for answers and find nothing. Shucks. What did they call that again? Oh yeah! Rank incompetence? Oh dang! Into line, please! You don't know the half of it, you damn clown! Father may not have closed out the case. Not publicly anyway. It was thanks to his work that we're standing here right now. Sorry to butt in, Miles. But your little pep talk isn't going to magically solve this case now. I know you have your theories.
Hold it!
Okay. But it's the only way he could have gotten down from the roof of that building. Alright, let's game this one out, shall we? Suppose I took him down to the ground like you said. What's wrong with doing that?
Objection!
So you admit it, you did take him on your balloon.
Objection!
You're really obsessing over this one little detail. This isn't like you, Miles. And how do you think it went down? He held me at gunpoint and said, show me the city at night. That's ridiculous. You know what it is. Or did you really fail to think this through?
Objection!
You said yourself you'd give him Jean's identity. Surely that was enough to win him over.
Objection!
Win him over? A man who shot at me? No. And you must have put him asleep and carried him away like you did with me.
Objection!
Very well, let us suppose that to be true for a second. Did the autopsy show the presence of sedatives? It's no good. He's just not giving us an opening. Anyway, I never mind that. There are way more interesting things that I'd rather talk about.
Hold it!
Actually, I have some doubts about that. I mean, if the president was really killed by a Tarsaur's head...
Objection!
Don't tell me you're throwing your own pet theory in the trash, my genius prosecutor. Aren't you the one who went to all that trouble to prove the man squished by head? The hypothesis was true?
Objection!
That may be my theory at one point. But that was when we thought the head was the only thing that could have crushed him.
Objection!
Why the past tense? That's still your theory, no? It's not like you have anything else right now. The president's body double was crushed under the falling Taurosaur's head. Fact. No. Must be something. Some other piece of evidence that could link this man to the president's death by crushing. Don't you think it's time you give up, Miles? I don't like watching you struggle like this. We all know who did it. The mile ahead is practically screaming his name.
Hold it!
Sure. Sean was the one who caused the head to fall. Not much we know. He even admitted it himself. Fantastic. We're all in agreement. Well done, everybody. Case closed. John Fenn killed the big president, and that's done. So might get those cops in here.
Objection!
Not so fast. This case is far from closed. Still scrubbing, huh? Oh, well, alright then. Enlighten us. Let's be quick about it. If you can't, I want to see the kid in handcuffs. Or are you going? Or sorry, are you only a stickler about the law when things are going your way? Mr. Edgeworth, what do we do? What do we do? Think, Miles. Think. Mr. Saint killed the president's body double. Would have happened while the two of them were together on the roof. So what would he have in hand? That's the answer. That will tell us how he was killed. It's not gonna make this easy, is he? You need to think about how the president died. It's a very particular cause, to say the least. Particular cause, huh? We assume he was crushed by the Tarsaur head. Then the whole thing becomes Sean's fault, right? But what if that wasn't what the president was crushed by? Is there something else that could have exerted a similar kind of force? It does seem to be the crush. What's the momentum of a balloon fall? Memory serves that momentum of a balloon falling down. A hotter balloon falling down might be enough of an beginning force, or beginning momentum going down, would probably be enough to kill a crush my crush unit, right? That seems logical. Let's go with that.
Objection!
Sean didn't kill the president. The president was crushed by a monster. What? Did you really just say that, you? Oh, I get it. He's the kid who can communicate with giant beasts, right? Did he use his special powers? The only person in communication with monsters was you. Sorry, but you must have had me mixed up with somebody else. No monster pals here, I'm afraid.
Objection!
Why the false modesty? You're very close with at least one such creature. In fact, you can make this particular monster do exactly as you command. It was you who killed the president, Mr. Saint, and I can prove it. What? You're talking about a lion balloon? Yes. A quivering mockery of a monster filled with hot air. But a monster nonetheless. Not entirely unlike Mr. Saint himself. Sorry, lost me. What are you trying to say exactly?
Objection!
You seem very keen to stick to your story about having manipulated Sean and the president. No matter how true you may have wanted it to be, that was nothing more than a desperate lie. Even the most skilled animal tamer can't make the dead do his bidding. And the president was dead long before he left that roof, having been killed by your balloon. I get it. That thing may look lighter there. Bit of weighs a few 100 pounds, right? The president attacked you from the roof. You had to think quickly in order to protect yourself. The method you chose, land the balloon right on top of him. You didn't need to let him ride on that balloon, and he didn't need to coerce you into taking him. Because what you took away was his dead body.
Objection!
Wait a minute now, Miles. What if you're saying is true? The president would have been killed 2 nights ago. Which would mean that the time of death recorded in the autopsy was wrong. It would. Wow. You're really losing your touch. Look again. It's written right there. Let's see. There's something here. Time of death, April 5th at approximately 11 p.m. Clear as day. April 5th? That was yesterday, which means... Exactly. It meant he died when the Taurosaurus head fell off the roof. Alright, Sean. It's time to be honest with us all. You know it's the right thing to do. You killed your daddy, didn't you? You hated him, didn't you? You did. Who wouldn't? He just left you. What kind of fuck would do that? No, that's not what happened. I already told you. I didn't know who he was until today. Oh, but you did know, because I told you myself. Ugh. My fear really have been so wide on the mark. I want to thank you once again, Miles. You hound Winter and Lagarde until their crimes were finally exposed. And by ruining them both, you helped me get my revenge. Gotta love those powers of deductions. The time of death matches up. Everything else would fit. So, would you possibly have cheated the time of death somehow? Oh, and what's the other guy's name again? Camelo Gusto? Even ran him down for me! That was some great work he did there. Of course, Gusto, the IS-7 incident. He killed Frost and froze his body in order to conceal it. Mr. Gusto needed to freeze Mr. Frost's body in order to obscure the time of death. They determined that the murder occurred during the afternoon tea. He would have been an obvious suspect. Bingo! I only wish I could have been there to see his downfall too. How can you say that? He was your father. If so scary. This guard kept asking and asking about what happened that day. Where are you, Dad? When are you coming to get me? Please, I need you to come take me away. Is it because I broke my promise? Because I didn't show up in time to help you test your work? He was no father. He left me all on my own. What kind of person would do that? We may have shared the same blood, but that's it, father. What a joke.
Objection!
You may not want to hear this, Mr. Saint, but you share more than blood. Hate him all you like. You're more like your father than you know. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? It can be strange sometimes, but this is no coincidence. You and your father were the same, even in the methods you chose. You deliberately threw off the time of death, just as he did. That's right, we had to rescue him from a warehouse refrigerating unit down by the harbor. A refrigerating unit in a depot? I threw off the time of death? And how did I do that exactly? By hiding the president's body in a very specific place. You hid the body here.
Take that!
You needed to keep the body cool somewhere. And you also needed somewhere to keep Sean. Who knew that the two were connected? We were talking about the kidnapping again. Why are we bringing that up now? Because as much as you may wish we had forgotten, you knew that you kept Sean in a refrigerating unit. Same refrigerating unit in which you kept the president's body. Just as your father froze the body he was trying to conceal 18 years ago. Ah! You're saying the same as him? The same as the animal who abandoned me? A sad irony, but an undeniable truth nonetheless.
Objection!
Shut up! I'm nothing like him! I could never be like him! He's nothing to do with me, and we're nothing alike!
Objection!
Sorry, kiddo, but I think it's pretty clear that you and Augusto have more than a little in common. You even told us you didn't like sweet stuff. Way back when we first met, right? If that's not a product of your daddy's issues, I don't know what is. You don't understand. I have tried to disown your father. He lives on in everything you do. Think the same way. You're every bit as prepared as he was to sacrifice others in order to protect yourself. Your crimes were even exposed in the same manner. You couldn't be more similar. Oh, there's an. Or should I say, that's just the fake one. Never mind. I don't know anything about a refrigerator unit. Refrigeration unit, sorry. And the kidnapping. Nothing to do with me.
Objection!
Nonsense. You did it so you could blackmail Judge Graviel. Judge Gravisar. We know for a fact you were involved.
Objection!
You're a real danger to be around. You know that, Miles? What aren't you going to accuse me of? That changes nothing. You still don't have any proof. Or incitement. Or kidnapping or anything. Of incitement or kidnapping or anything. Okay. Oh wait, are you planning on maybe fabricating some... taking a leaf out of the old winner playbook? Never! I would never do that! I'd let myself rise to the provocation. What is the line? No matter what happens, we must find the truth? Something like that. But only when the truth suits you, huh? That's how the law keeps people down, isn't it? And why I had to get my revenge myself. I got away with it all. Look out, winner. And now you. None of you can touch me. This is bad, Mr. Edgeworth. Isn't there anything we can do? Everything points to this man being our culprit. We need evidence. Even just one piece. Alright, it's been fun. But it's time we brought this little show to an end, don't you think? Stick around for the main event though, would you? I'll even let you in for free. If you finally admit defeat. If you'll finally admit defeat. Finally admit defeat, sorry. Okay, you know. Hold it. Who was that? Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Come me! Where have you been? I've been doing my job, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me. I'm Detective Gumshoe. Do you have anything to report? I had them look into a few things real quick, sir. Up at the refrigerator unit where the kit was kept. It was registered to the Barry Big Circus, just like you said. Ha ha ha! There we have it. Just in the nick of time. Excellent work, Detective. Well, Mr. Saint. Must be some kind of mistake. Whatever the circus needs your refrigeration unit. Valid question, I suppose. We're no experts on the circus trade. Perhaps we could ask your department manager for her thoughts on the matter? Well, Miss Barry? We did hire you to store all the food for the animal. But I don't know where it is. I leave all that to Simeon. He's so good at that kind of thing. Ah! You fool! Hey, Simeon! You're scaring me! Such a shame. But rushing to find a solution after the fact so often leads to mistakes. You knew that if the body was found in the unit, the suspicion would fall on you. So you panicked and moved it to the grounds of the big building instead. You weren't counting on Sean being found in the unit when you kidnapped him. If only you've known you were up against a great thief and an even greater detective. Is everything alright? You're looking a little pale. Don't think you've won just yet, Miles. You're missing proof for the most important part of your little theory. I am. Perhaps you can enlighten us. You don't have anything inside crush the president and figure, the presidential figure with that balloon. And I know you don't, because there isn't any. I'm afraid there is. Huh? What? Okay. Mr. Saint murdered the victim as we think he did. There should be traces of your misdeed of this piece of evidence.
Take that!
But that's the wrong one, isn't it? Let me reload. Oh, on this piece of evidence.
Take that!
Sorry. I misread that. Anyway, I don't know. Now this is the balloon basket. You turn up the evidence we need. Hehe, the balloon again? You already have your bullet hole. What else do you expect to find? We expect to find plenty, actually. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Is there truth to be found? Sorry, if there's truth to be found, then he'll find it. He's a hero of justice. He sure is. We'll find something for sure. And Sir Edgeworth has gotten out of tighter spots than this one. When they say what they say, we believe in you, Mazarino. And so does your pop. He's looking down on you right now. I know he is. Just stay calm and see this through to the end, Miles Edgeworth. A perfect victory is only moments away. The president's body double was killed by the balloon. Traces of a certain substance will prove that. And you, Simeon Saint, will pay for your crimes at last. I'm looking forward to this. Time to wrap up the mystery of the past and present once and for all. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, deal the final blow to this unforgivable, wicked man. The last piece of evidence will prove your guilt beyond a doubt. Should we expect to find in the balloon it was used to crush the president? Yeah, this is what I was thinking of.
Take that!
When Sean found the president's President's body, he also found a bouquet of lion lilies. Lion lilies, symbol of connection between parent and child. Popular flower back in Xiangfa. That's your proof? A bunch of flowers that will be rotting at the dump by now? A bunch of flowers that Sean threw away? So much for your beautiful symbol of parental connection. That's got nothing to do with any of this. Ignore him, Sean. You threw those flowers away, that much is true. But the bond they represent remains as strong as it ever was. The president held onto them until the last. An act which provides us with what our final piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about? The flowers Sean disposed of have been squashed flat. They must have been crushed by the balloon. If we examine the basket for traces of lion lily pollen, what do you think we might find? No. You don't need to do that. You looked up at the basket just now. Anyway, if there was pollen stuck to it, you would have seen it. Those flowers are bright yellow.
Objection!
Not all evidence is visible to the naked eye, Mr. Saint. Huh? Emma? Yeah! I'd like to call upon your scientific skills once again, if you don't mind. Leave it to me! Alright, let's take a look at this balloon basket, shall we? Ah! I got something! Bright yellow pollen, just like you said! If it's from the same flower, it shouldn't take more than another quick test to prove it. What? And there we have it. You murdered the president, and this murder you carried out yourself. No, I could this. No! You crushed the president with that balloon. Then you loaded his body into the basket and took him to the refrigeration unit. Why? Why go to the trouble of removing the body? Because he knew another incident was scheduled to occur that same evening. Oh, Rosie Ranger's murder! Exactly. He had left the body there. It would have interfered with his other plans. I get it. And he couldn't leave the body in the refrigerator unit for too long either, right? Indeed not. So, while returning to the big building to drop the body off the following night, he must have asserted the fire Sean caused and the Taurosaurus head falling as a result. That's what gave you the idea, wasn't it? To frame Sean for the murder? You made it seem as if the falling head was what killed him so that my son would take the blame? Despicable coward! In order to achieve your aim, you lowered the president's body from the balloon to the lot below. And while he was dangling from the rope you used, he was caught on Sean's rehearsal tape. No, how did you see through it all? How? You manipulate people and you manipulate this case, just as you manipulate animals on the stage. You thought you were all powerful, but your reign is at an end. The animals look like they're mad with you, Simeon. You and Morgan and Stella. They thought you were their friends, but you're not. You're sad and mad all at the same time. Stop it. Stop looking at me like that. Perhaps they will when you finally stop clowning it around. You're not cut out for comedy. Your tale is destined to end with a whipper. I don't. Get away from me! Get away from me! Leave me alone! Where are you? I'm so scared. I don't know what you're talking about. I've done nothing wrong. Nothing. I'm not the bad one. They are. Why, Bronco? Why did you stop me from going to see my dad? If only they wouldn't have to. I couldn't trust the police. I couldn't trust anybody. I'm so alone. Nobody to help me. But that man, he helped me. Hannes was the only one who could help me. So if I use people, I have such a... No, leave me alone! Leave me alone! Ow, 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 that hurts! Stop it! No! Ah! No! No! Actual breakdown time. It seems the game is up at last. The killer! Mr. Edgeworth, may I be the first to congratulate you. You have unmasked the person behind this entire sorry affair. Now, I am free to... No! Guns are so clumsy, don't you find? I don't have a gun. Please, not only are you carrying one, you were just about to draw it. You must have stolen it from the president after murdering him. This gentleman betrayed a bond of trust. He knew the so-called president was an imposter, and yet he employed me to kill him nonetheless. There's nothing more dangerous than an assassin than to be lied to about the nature of one's target. One does not know what cards one's opponent is holding. One can be very unpleasantly surprised. That was not your true crime. No. Thinking you could deceive me, manipulate me, that is the crime for which you are about to pay. No! Yo! It's been a while, the killer. Step aside, Canis. This man is my target. I would politely ask that you call off this particular job. He'll pay for his crimes, but in prison, not at the end of your blade. And if I refuse, let us just say that I might not take the loss of the one life that I've ever saved too well. You save a life? Bodhihara Canis? The blind butcher himself? Imposters, I know. But yes, I who have taken so many lives once chose to preserve one, that of an innocent young pup. And he, in his turn, saved mine. Something of a bond formed between us. Laugh all you like, I know you would. I know I would, sorry. But I will respectfully request that you spare him. As one professional to another, I ask that you let this particular target live. Very well, the boy must mean a lot to you. Thank you. I am in your debt. You need not thank me. I simply see little point in the two of us killing one another. Now then, I bid you all good day. Oh, get back here! You have my thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. This young pup needed to be shown the error of his ways. And you have done just that. Alright, I suppose we better be getting back. Our ironclad enclosure waits. Doesn't it, Helmut? Yes. Yes, it does. Hold it! Oh, hello. You killed my dad, didn't you? Oh, man. I will not lie, I did. I picked in the service to be remembered, at the very least. Ah, but I sense a great hatred for me from you, horned pup. In that case... Sean, no! Must not falter, little one. Here, you may use my knife. Take it. Cut my throat. One sure slice is all it takes. I was growing rather tired of carving my little statues anyway. I want revenge. I want it so badly. Sean, don't do it! Please, Sean, I beg of you. At least I did until just now. I would have done anything to make you pay, no matter how long it took. Oh, but you should make those who have wronged you pay. It'll make you feel so good, trust me. All the pain, all the suffering, it all goes away. It drowns it out, numbs in. Maybe it does, but listen to you. I thought maybe that's what I wanted. Sean! It's not just about me. Say I get my revenge. How does that help anybody else? I become a murderer. My mom suffers 10 times more than I ever could. So, and all the people I work with, they're counting on me, and they worry about me. Thoughtful words indeed. Little one. Yeah, well, I get it now. I won't ever forgive you, but I shouldn't be the one who gets to punish you. That's what these guys are for. My mom, the prosecutor, people like that. Sean. Wow, you may be young, Sean, but you're way wiser than I'll ever be. You could at least consider trying to better yourself, Kay. Very well. I suppose we'll be on our way. Me, young pup. On our way to where? Or else? Prison, our home. Our home? And with that, the case came to an end. A case that had dragged so many people into its orbit. But as for me, those were what there was one last thing I had to do. April 8th, 2:54 p.m. Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. Chamber. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Edgeworth. What's the big idea, big guy? You want to tell us what we're doing here? Mr. Edgeworth? Your request has been processed and approved. Huh? Your what now? I asked for my prosecutor's badge to be reinstated. Your badge? What is the meaning of this? I am returning it. From this day forth, I am a prosecutor no longer. I still can't believe you did that for me. A great man once said that an attorney's job is to be a friend to the friendless, and to trust his clients to show him the way of to the truth. That man's image will be forever burned into my memory. Ah, little things for reverend. Oh, never mind. I fought her in the courtroom, fighting for those who could not fight for themselves. Good old Gregory. That was his path. Your path. Mine lies elsewhere. Mr. Edgeworth. My path is that of the prosecutor. Always was. Well, then I guess that's it. I'm sorry. Oh no, I dig it. Besides, I can tell by the look in your eyes that your mind's made up. It is. Alright then. Looks like our work together is still done. Just don't come crying to old Eddie if you change your mind. This club's not closed to new members. I understand. Hey, Master. Care to tell me why at least? How come you're so dead set on popping the old prosecutor's hat back on? You once asked me something, Bender. Are you gonna keep fighting crime as a prosecutor, or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you've got a big decision ahead of you. One only you can answer. I've been thinking about that question ever since. About how I mean to live my life. Now that this case is over, I think I finally know the answer. I'm going to help people as a prosecutor. But can't you also do that as an attorney? Look at it this way. Simeon Saint was also a victim of sorts. He lost his only parent all those years ago, and with him, his ability to believe in a just world. I know how that feels. Lose somebody so important to you, lose faith in everything. Without everything and be utterly alone. Fight and fight and fight. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. I make that my policy. I was lucky. Somebody was kind enough to save me from myself. Objection! out of it. Mr. Saint had nobody. He had no faith in the law. He felt that seeking revenge himself was the only option. I doubt even you imagined that the body double would ever go so far as to co-op our country's police. No, I'm sure he did. I sure didn't. And as long as Winter was around, no evidence was ever going to stand. He even nearly managed to ruin things this morning. The guard almost got away with it again. I want to help people like him. And how do you plan to do that? If he had been able to rely upon the law, none of this would have happened. Chairman Winter made a mockery of justice, and in doing so, drove Mr. Saint away from seeking it. The law is only as good as its practitioners. It can be a shield that keeps the people safe from harm, or a sword wielded to wound them. Just one among many of the law's greatest contradictions. And say that again. Yep, it's what we folks in the trade like to call a legal contradiction. The law is far from perfect. One cannot solve such contradictions in the law without engaging with it. I don't think an attorney could have saved Mr. Saint. But a prosecutor? A custodian of the law? I think perhaps they could have. Plan to take up my badge again and confront those contradictions at every turn. Alright, Mazarino, I like it. You know, it wouldn't be easy breezy though, right? Fighting the law itself, that's lawyering on hard mode. I understand that, but somebody has to do it. Oh, I don't doubt that. If it has to be anybody, it should be you. Laws are like people, I guess. They both gotta grow and change. Adapt the parish, am I right? You're going to smash this. I just know it. After all, you're Greggy's boy through and through. And if there's one thing that old man did not know how to do, it's give up. Eyes on the prize and straight on until sunset. That was his motto. You know what? I saw that same determination on your face the second you mentioned taking a prosecuting again. You know what's really growing and change? Hit the big grit, the cheese ball, but yay. I only wish your dad was here to see it. He prayed as all get out. Ender, thank you. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, if you're ready to begin, we can get the ceremony underway. Please. By the power vested in me by the Committee of Prosecutorial Excellence, I, Fertie Gravel, do hereby, in the sight of the Almighty Goddess, reinstate Miles Edgeworth as a servant of the law. Hey. Alright! You're a prosecutor again! As things I've heard all week, sir! Well, Mr. Prosecutor, I got us good. Your pops is gonna want to know that his kid just signed up for the opposition in a second time. Thank you again, Fender. Everything. Don't thank me yet. The next time you see me, you'll be across the courtroom. And this space is a whole less rough, which is charming when it's not on your side of the aisles. I would relish the opportunity to face an attorney trained by my father. Hope that day comes very soon. Anyway, alright. Ender, out. Welcome back into the fold, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Thank you, Judge Gravel. I owe you more than I can say. You do? You strove to right the wrongs of the committee from the inside. That must have been a lonely battle indeed. Not at all. I was never truly alone. That's right! You had the cause of justice on your side! Thank you for teaching me that it's possible to fight in such a way. The contradictions within the committee are like those within the legal system itself. If we aren't able to overcome them, the real truth will forever evade us. I have you to thank for teaching me that, and for setting me on this path. I hereby swear to confront the contradictions that afflict the law, and to overcome them. And I thank you for your commitment to that cause, as does the Almighty Goddess. I truly believe that such efforts are necessary in order for the law to grow and improve. I look forward to seeing you in the courtroom again soon. As will I. You did not see the best of me when I last oversaw a trial. The next time will be different. I will show you what it means to serve justice with true impartiality. Judge Gravel, I don't mean to call your motivation into question. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? But, to my mind, the idea judge is not wholly impartial. The idea judge is human. Even in the courtroom, they laugh, they cry, they rage, they smile. And then, when it's all said and done, they pass down a judgment based on that very humanity. I'm not sure exactly how to put this, but perfection isn't always the loftiest of ideas, and it's certainly not the only thing to strive for. Forgive me, this is my only opinion. Nothing more. You are right, of course. There are other ways. I thank you for sharing your insights. Mr. Edgeworth, there is another reason I was never truly alone during my long struggle against Chairman Winter. Someone else was with me. Someone other than the goddess. Of course, Sean! This clipping gave me more courage than words could express. Slipping held near gave me hope. No matter how hard things get, no matter how formidable one's opponent, when we feel that we are not alone, we can keep going, no matter how hard the road ahead. Mistakes have been made, but we must fix them. For Sean's sake more than anyone's. Like the mistakes made in the incident in which his father died. So you see, there is something more important even to me than the words of the goddess. It would may anchor her to hear me say such things. So that was your secret weapon all along. The strength of your bond of your son. Perhaps you're right. Perhaps I should not strive for an unachievable perfection, but I must grow. As a servant of the law and as a mother. That I believe above all else. I see. It seems that we both have plenty still to learn. Indeed. We are neither of us perfect yet. Let us continue along our chosen paths and continue to grow as we tread them. Until we meet again, I will look forward to that day. May the goddess watch over you as you embark upon your next step in your journey. I lost the title of prosecutor, and now I have regained it. And in doing so, I have seen a new way forward. You have our justice, and I'm determined to follow the path until it finally leads me to the truth. No matter how hard it may be, no matter what obstacles meet our eyes, would be wits it. I'm not. It's too fast. I can't.
Objection!
Regardless, that's it. Edgeworth's done. Oh, I'll do the things after the commentaries and stuff. It was nice to go for the both games. One going back for it, and the other actually experiencing the first time. So, Chief, what kind of skip we looking to land ourselves next, huh? And that teaching nothing, knucklehead? We're journalists, dang it! Leads are our stuck on the trade, our bread and butter. Don't just hand that stuff over. Not even your dang apprentice. Alright, Chief. Guess I still got a whole bunch to learn, huh? Alright then, better go track down some leads of my own self. That's the spirit. You go get him, chum. Before you mosey on down the way, I'd share what kind of leads and leads in already, huh? But Chief, you come on, I am pretty much your editor, aren't I? Can't hold it on the boss. Oh, come on, Chief, that's cold. Yeah, it was an enjoyable little thing. Experience. You go for this and I'll want it. That's gumshoe. Oh, it's the killer. My arm wound has yet to fully heal, even now. Bodyguard who inflicted it was a skillful practitioner indeed. I shan't be forgetting him in a hurry. But never mind that now. Time to return to the life of a simple ice cream seller. Oh, I have been thinking that perhaps crepes would be more my speed. Oh, no rush. I'm sure there'll be time to ponder the matter before my next job comes in. Yeah. And like I said, knowing like the chance. Okay. Sure, you might knock me out of my butt, wise guy, but I ain't out for the count just yet. I'll be keeping my guard up and looking for an opening. But you gotta get away, ain't that right, Teddy? The second bell rings for the next round. Escape shenanigans. Be your coming swinging. Till then, it's training, training, more training. So yeah, oh yeah, I should probably talk about my favorite and least favorite cases at some point. After Frank saw its dialogue. You want to know if I'm still flying on becoming an animal stylist? Sure, I'm still studying every single day. Still up to my elbows in mud. But I guess it suits me better than being a newspaper salesman. Plan to make my new career when I finally get out of here. What's that? Is my release a few more years away? Not because I helped warn the guard? Yeah! Why do you think I'm being so nice to these freaking guys? I don't care about the freaking license. I just want to get out of here. Why me? Yeah, I guess I did like Turbo Ages. I think it's one of my favorite ones. I don't know my least favorite. It might be the fourth case. I was so shocked when I learned what Simeon had been up to this whole time. I trusted him. I was his boss. Still, can't sit around being sad forever, I guess. Show must go on. Can't let the magic department and the ventriloquy department get the better of us. Pull out of the station, blow away the competition. All those else were into it. Actually, maybe the third one. Yeah, the third one I felt. It was nice being edge prairie, but I don't know, something about the I don't know. I just don't know what my least overly sure is. Must have gotten stuff in my old age, haven't I, boy? Yes, I have. 18 years ago, I saved a life, and some struggling child is keep busy to this day. And now here we are, back in the cage. Well, we'll have company soon at least. Oh, boy, yes, our friend the pup. Things certainly won't be dull with him around. No, they won't. I suppose I can talk about the entirety of the duology. Favorite case itself. I'd then say Turnabout for the Ages is not my favorite, and what dessert shall we eat? Chocolate cake, sticky and sweet. Oh, so soft, fluffy and light. You'll be dreaming of it tonight. I'll be always waiting for you, Judy. And I'll come visit you every day, just like you and Eddie did when I was in here. There's so much to thank him and Mr. Edgeworth for. Most of all, the fact that I get to eat your delicious dessert again, Samson. Not just you. They gave me permission to keep providing sweet treats for everyone here. I guess spreading the gospel of candy making for all those years is finally paying off. Oh no, we'll be Tournament Blaze, because that took so long for weird reasons. Purchase ABBA. I don't really have much for the cases in the 10 game, but damn, Kurosawa's just mine. Well, hello, sweeties. Fancy seeing you here. I owe you a great big thank you, you know. And dear Gregory Pecky, too. Of course. Hello, it's thanks to all of you that I can eat Sammy Poo. I mean, people would be vegan. I mean, thinking of making a lovely mess out of them. I'm going to call it Snacker's Delight. It makes your stomach so small, you can only eat snacks. So you can get skinny as a tent pig and love every minute. I didn't catch the last one. This is not bad too. Right. Oh. Larry. Man, I met so many brilliant, beautiful people now. I've done so many beautiful sketches. Lulu isn't the biggest fan of my new work, though. She took one look at my sketchbook and hit me over the head with it. Bam! Just like that. And then she left. Guess that's one less beautiful person in my life now. So I got a big decision ahead of me. Do I follow my art or follow my heart? By heart I mean new girlfriend. You got that right? Like I said, we already know what some of those shows are. Edgeworth Chief Prosecutor, but Because we did the Apollo trilogy and stuff like that. Bosler, the Botnator! Seriously though. Thanks for the assist today, good buddy. You want me to talk about the about I-7? I'll talk all day. Sounds like that Edgeworth kid's doing good work. Yeah, Mazarino chose a different path from us old man in the end. A path that means we come work together, but that won't stop me looking at them from time to time. You've come pretty far yourself. Holy macaroni! I'm coming from Big Bad Detective Bad. I'm dreaming. Flutter will get you everywhere, old pal. You ever need a little vendor magic? Just said a word. But yeah, curious if they ever bring back like K and stuff. We'll see. Looks like they'll be letting me off a little easier than I thought from what I did. I guess because I told them I was kind of forced to do it. Ow! Ain't no such thing as easy when it comes to crime, dang fool child. Sorry, Grandma. I'm still feeling awful about it, of course. But I'm just so glad I get to stay out here with you. What's that? You think we should be getting back to work? Hee I guess you're right. Can't keep the dead waiting. May I think now with this? Oh, Emma's part. Thing. I'll talk about it in a bit. Science here today, yet again! Again, huh? Giving out happen to be around, right? Even if I do have to jump right back on a plane again and go back to Europe. All this flying around is gonna get tiring. Still, it's all part of becoming a first-class forensic investigator. Guess I better get going. Oh, but if you ever need me, just send an order, okay? I'll come running. You know I will. What was I going to talk about there? Oh yeah, the only game we have yet to stream this night is the crossover, the Ace Attorney finish, right? The Ace Attorney Professor Layton game. Look, if that happens at this point this year, I'd be surprised. The greatest one's father, the greater the pressure to be great. But Eustace Winter, was it? He has chosen his own path now, and he will be tested. Just as I was. Miles Edgeworth chose to live as a prosecutor over his own father lived. That too. It's a valid answer to the question we all have to wrestle with. Yeah, if we do get the Professor Layton Phoenix crossover, I'd be surprised, but it wouldn't be probably on the line of what we do. But I doubt. My father hid a secret for Burton I could only have imagined. I thought only of my family in the end. He thought so much more. He thought of our entire nation. I mean to carry on that legacy, to fulfill his last wish. Even if our president was an imposter, even if the real president is long dead, even if it takes all my effort, and all my men's effort, John Ben will rise again! I can't wait for you to see it. Also thinking for things like I can finally take a break. My voice can actually take a break. I mean that. I give up the winner thing. Told everyone to stop calling me that. Because I didn't win. My dad did it all for me. I'm gonna start again from scratch. I won't let what he did ruin everything. And pretty soon, I'll be better than him. I'm better than Edgeworth, so watch out. Now, first order of business, get a new nickname. I suppose, yeah, I should probably point out Graphael on Winner. I like Graphael more than Winner. But obviously, character development is his thing, so nice to see them both get one. Well, it wasn't eventful to say least, but we got it done. And the movie's going down great. I think the murder story in the gossip magazines might have helped. Big Bad Man emerges from Big Bubble. Revealed the true face monster ring. Jean Paul Murph. Huh? Wait, this is a picture of you, Mr. Powers? What? But why? Hey, it's not so bad. After all, it'll make people come to see the movie, right? Yeah, I guess. Alright. But yeah. I don't know if we'll be doing the overall thing of this, but I very much enjoyed the movie, Sean. It's nothing. It wasn't even a big part. The boy who befriended both Taurosaurus and Gordy, really, they don't come any bigger than that. And was a role you were born to play. Thing? Well, it would be cool to be in the sequel, I guess. And I kind of like acting. Hey, can you pick something up before we can head back? I wanted to get some wine at least for my dad. Of course, and I will buy some too for Millie. Aw. Alright. I think the only two left then would be Kay and Gumshoe. Oh, never mind. Everything. April 8th, 4:17 p.m. Prosecutor's office, building, High Prosecutor's office. Whew, it's been a previous years, huh, sir? Unbelievably slow. How does so many important cases all come along at once? There's never a dull moment when I'm around. Guess I'm just lucky that way. It's so. All this stuff happened because of you? No, Gummy. How could you say that? And yet, I don't think the good detective is entirely wrong. Okay, what now? Will you be returning to your thieving practice? Yeah, good question. What? You're not sure? How can I put this? I guess I feel like I've been trying to follow my father's footsteps this whole time, you know? Trying to become a great thief, just like he was. Yalagarasu. Or a Yalagarasu at least. But watching how this all panned out for you, Mr. Edgeworth, it's got me thinking that maybe I need to get out from under his shadow and live my own life too. Just like how you decided not to do the whole attorney thing. It's time to make our own fate. He's right. After all, nothing thrives in this shade. I'm gonna be my own hero. That sounds like an admirable plan indeed. I won't be giving up the name though. Can't not be the Yalagarasu, right? Whatever name you pick, you'll always be Chaos, Kay. And you'll always be a hero. Aw, thanks, Gummy. You'll always be my Gummy too. Very well, and I'll be doing my detective thing just as hard as always. I'll be counting on you, sir. Yes, and I'll be counting on you too, detective. Just as I've been counting on you these last few days, you've helped us out too many times to mention. I think your next salary review may come as a pleasant surprise. Huh? Huh? What? You mean? What's the matter? I'm saying I'll see to it that you get paid a little more, detective. Well, that's just unbelievable, sir. No way! Go Gummy! It's like a dream come true. I can finally leave the incident life behind. But don't think I'll be letting you rest on your laurels. Your work won't be getting any easier. I hope you understand that. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. I'll give you everything I got. Just you wait and see. Bender and Judge Gravel set me on a new path in life. Path on which I will face down every contradiction that the law has to present. Holy shit. A path at whose end lies the ultimate truth. But can I really do this? Need to give it some serious thought. It certainly won't be easy. Nonetheless, Sir Edgeworth, there is another reason I was never truly alone during my long struggle against Chairman Winter. Someone else was with me. Someone other than the goddess. Of course, Sean! This clipping gave me more courage than words can express. Simply having it near gave me hope. When we feel that we are not alone, we can keep going no matter how hard the road ahead. So that was your secret weapon all along. The strength of your bond with your son. The strength of my bonds. Oh! I almost forgot! What is it? I was trying to find other members for my Yalagarasu team, right? I do vaguely remember something about that. I never even found a single one. We were going to be unstoppable in our quest to steal the truth. So much for that little pipe dream. You're kidding, right? You're right, have a team. A team that can solve any case in the world cares to throw at it. Huh? Yeah, I guess I do. The prosecutor, the detective, and the great thief. Between the three of us, we can hunt down the truth. Put it in handcuffs and steal it once and for all. I can't help feeling a little sorry for the truth in that case. As long as the three of us stick together, we've got nothing to fear, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Indeed, nothing at all. My father followed his own path, right to the end. And now I follow a path of my own making too. But not alone. I have some colorful companions to help me. As long as they're beside me, I won't lose my way. It's a new path and a new me. And I'll be working it as a prosecutor, not an attorney. My father's path and mine are different. They are not as separate as they may seem. Though the routes differ, the destination is the same. Because, of course, both end at the truth. It's a nice little image at the end. Tournament of the Ages. That's that trophy done. New items are locked in the gallery. New gallery 9. A well-worn organizer. And with that, this took 4 months, roughly 4 to 5 months, but we got it done. This is completed. Man. I don't think I'll be going near Edge again for a while. But glad we got there in the end. Like I said, that is it. We're done. Alright, thanks up here. Hope it's gonna be a week. New Catch Up Life next week. We'll probably be a more shorter one. But yeah. Oh, and that. So yeah, I'll be it. I'll see you. Hope it's gonna be next week. I'll see you next time. Bye.